259, 282. 700-pound steers, 231, 265. 700-pound heifers, 217, 259. 800-pound steers, 222, 231. 800-pound heifers, 202. 217. Packer cows, 125, 137. Canter and cutter cows, 115, 122. Packer bulls, 153, 169. Feeder bulls, 140, 145. Top half the cow calf pairs, $2,000 to $2,250 per pair. Top half the bred cows, $1,700 to $1,900 per head. We do appreciate the business, and we'll talk to you next Monday morning. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
This is Senator Stephen McCutcheon. Our way of life is under attack every day by the radical progressives in Santa Fe. Politicians like to talk, but I'm fighting for our community day in and day out to defend the values we hold dear. As a rancher, oil and gas contractor, and conservative fighter, I'm defending our way of life. I fought to secure the border, increased penalties for drug cartels, stood up to the woke left in Santa Fe trying to take our guns away, but I'll never let them. That's why I'm proud to be the only candidate in the campaign for Senate District 42 endorsed by the National Rifle Association, because I'll always fight for our God-given rights. And my very first act as your senator was to impeach Michelle Lujan Grisham. My values are deeply rooted in our community. As a father of four, I'm fighting to make New Mexico better for the next generation. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican June 4th primary. Paid for by Stephen McCutcheon for Senate.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Friday, April the 19th, the Castor Activity Center, home of Thunderbirds basketball on the New Mexico Junior College campus, with the first ever concert spectacular, Caldwell Entertainment featuring the hits of the Eagles, the Doobie Brothers, Fleetwood Mac, and Whitney Houston. Then we switch gears for Fearless, the NMJC touring ensemble performing top 40 hits like Post Malone, Jelly Roll, a 90s throwback tribute, and much more. It's completely free to the public. It starts at 7 p.m. on Friday, April the 19th at the Castor Activity Center on NMJC campus.
MTD Radio presents its Spring Job Fair Saturday, April 27th at the Lee County Event Center in Hobbs. Whether your business needs seasonal employees for the summer or permanent employees, whether you're looking for part-time staff or full-time staff, this is an opportunity to get face-to-face with potential employees. If your business would like a booth at this event, call or text Gloria Estrada at 575-390-3569. Again, that's 575-390-3569.
Hi, I'm Laura Boyd of Rio Grace Landscaping and Nursery in Lovington, and we are ready for Mother's Day. Take the guesswork out of gift giving this year by ordering a custom-arranged planter pot for that special mom in your life, with choices like patio tree roses, hydrangea, peonies that classically bloom around Mother's Day each year, and many more varieties. Call us today at 575-396-7464 and stop by Crockett Road, just north of Lovington on the Tatum Highway. Rio Grace, your Mother's Day destination.
Southeast New Mexico weather. The southeast plains of New Mexico down 285 on this Tuesday. The wind not as gusty as yesterday's dry line punch, and temperature readings this afternoon from 84 degrees in Carlsbad, Artesia, up to 85 to Roswell, with temperatures around 85 degrees this afternoon. And at our radio studios in Hobbs and Lovington, up to 82 degrees this afternoon. Tomorrow in our studios, 86 degrees, but Carlsbad, Artesia, 90 degrees by the afternoon. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Arberts.
Your country plays on W105.
You guys ready?
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
And I want to make sure I get the quote exactly right.
You seem particularly triggered right now.
Turn on
on the radio.
I'm listening.
That'll relax you.
Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Whenever you're ready, I'm all ears.
We're rebels.
We're wild, I tell you, just wild.
We're wild men. Woo!
You seem happy this morning.
Because I'm a happy person. My happiness makes me nice.
That's crazy talk.
Then I'm crazy?
Crazy like a fox. Showtime.
You?
Showtime, sir. Showtime.
All right. We ready?
Yeah, go.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. I didn't hear it coming across.
Of course.
Nothing.
I got it.
I didn't hear anything.
So, sorry.
Nothing. So, no intro.
Here's some background from the intro. Can you hear that?
Oh, I got that.
Okay.
All right, 7 minutes after the hour 6, we are B and the Breakfast Club. Tom A in the studio. I see him there. No red shirt. Thank God.
I wanted to wear it.
Oh, I bet you did.
I wear my blue one this day.
No, that's
Thank
gray.
God.
That's gray.
Yeah.
I'm wearing blue.
No, I wanted to wear my blue. Change things up, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, Lordy. Good morning, everyone.
God, I really wanted to wear it, but I didn't wear it.
This is called After Tax Day Lag.
Boy, I tell you what, Tom, you get your taxes done?
Of course.
How many dependents did you claim?
A dozen.
Did you really?
No.
You getting any back? You got to pay.
I don't remember.
Yes. I mean, I'm gonna use what everybody says when I meet them for the first time. There is no way Tom is actually that stupid. That's the number one thing. So, did you pay or you?
Yeah, I got to pay a little bit. I hate it when I got to pay to the state too, man. It sucks.
Yeah, being a Texas boy, it is hard to pay New Mexico taxes. But, you know.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you guys feel really good. I didn't pay a penny.
This year you didn't pay a penny? Get out. That's out.
I didn't pay a penny. I filed my taxes, and I am
big tax break or something, or what?
I am protesting, Tom. I didn't pay a penny.
You didn't?
Not a penny.
I told my wife, I said, you know, if we could run this board remotely, we could move over there by Kevin and get those tax breaks.
So I took a tax break that is given for U.S. citizens living in a foreign country. Okay. If that makes sense.
Had you done it before?
Had never done it before, but a friend of mine told me about it, and I looked it up, and I went, it sure is legit.
Wow.
And so I came back and didn't pay a penny, and God bless. Can't wait for that audit. I'm just saying, I cannot wait for the audit.
But if you do get audited, do they come to you, or do you have to go all the way back here? If you're living in a foreign country,
I would think that I would probably get called to the embassy.
Yeah.
And do it that way.
Which is in the city, right?
Yeah. Well, no, that's in Manila.
Oh, wow. Okay.
3-hour plane ride. So hopefully they pay for that. Today is Day of the Mushroom, also Free Cone Day, Bean Counters Day. Tom, what is a bean counter?
What is a bean counter?
Jelly beans?
An accountant.
My God. Oh. National Healthcare Decisions Day, National Librarians Day, also Stress Awareness Day. Tom, you have nothing to worry about stress. I have never seen you stressed out in your life. Well, I mean, if it happens, it happens.
Right.
So aren't you going to plan for the future? I mean, whatever comes, I'll just get in my car and keep driving.
Yeah.
Till...
Keep driving?
Well, as he said, I'll get in my car and keep driving until you run out of gas or money.
Right.
Wear your pajamas to work day going on today, and teach your daughter to volunteer day happening all day today. Infamous white Bronco that carried O.J. Simpson on that slow speed getaway across Los Angeles after the murders of his ex-wife and her friend, the Goldmans, finally went up for sale. And wouldn't this be a pretty cool gift to pick up for, like, your partner in crime? $1.5 million.
I would have got, wow.
Doesn't Daddy Goldman get all that money?
No, because it had already been sold.
Right.
So these are individuals that had bought it, and they resold it.
They're getting more out of this than he is.
Yeah.
Now,
than the Goldman family got.
Al Cowan's the driver of that Bronco, remember?
Oh, thank you so much for that. Oh, wait, I don't remember any of this.
No, him and OJ actually bought identical Broncos.
Man, you know what? We know what would have been cool is if when OJ was in that Bronco, if they would have had that on TV, that would have been really cool.
Oh, that would have been cool. You know, if they'd actually had the whole scene on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And if somebody would have said, if the glove don't fit, you must quit.
Right. And if they didn't, if they would have patched through to the L.A. police radio when OJ was calling in, that would have been cool, too.
Yeah, that would have been cool, too. But thank God none of that happened, right? New York lawmakers proposing rules to drive down the population of rats, humanely drive down the population of rats. So New York, of course, has lots of other issues. I mean, usually they would just call in like the mafia hitman. Hey,
Right.
you dirty rat.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what they got against the politicians.
Yeah, well.
Go ahead, rat.
They're actually giving the rats birth control. I mean, what are they doing? They're stopping at CVS and getting a Plan B?
Well, I mean, they do have ways to chemically castrate and do all that kind of stuff, so that doesn't really surprise me. Just another way that they are perfecting their abortion drug.
Well, I got Melanie Stansberry talking on that, and a guy from the FDA yesterday was talking about getting judges involved in those decision-making is bad. And Melanie Stansberry also talked about that. Brownsville, Tennessee is planning to put up a 6-foot statue of their native daughter, Tina Turner. So Tina went to high school there.
Good for them.
So they're putting up. Tom, name one song from Tina Turner.
What's love got to do with it?
Yeah, that's one.
Tom scores one. What was her ex-husband's name?
His name was Ted Turner.
Yeah, Ted
Who?
Turner. That was it.
Ted Turner. Yes, Ted Turner. Ted Turner.
Ike.
That's in
Yeah. Ted Turner.
I
Yes.
guess that statue will be rolling on the river.
Yeah. Looks like longtime voice of the New York Yankees, John Sterling, scheduled to announce his retirement at a news conference coming up Friday. He's got some health concerns. That's why he is going to retire. And breaking news happened yesterday. Roswell emergency units en route to a reference possible fatality. A car hit a pedestrian. That's pretty much all that we know at this time. Always stuff going on in Roswell. That's for sure. And anti-Israeli agitators shut down traffic across the United States. You know what troubles me? Chicago. And I got some sound bites. We're going to go to the Hamas holes. That's what I'm calling them now, Blake. Hamas holes.
Okay.
Where are the thugs when you need them?
Mm-hmm.
Where are the thugs when you need them? And here's a bigger question. Where are the police when they're supposed to be doing their damn job? Where are they? You allow people to block traffic, deter other people's ability to travel.
Yeah. Well,
that's pretty sad.
And it's illegal.
It is illegal.
Blocking roadway traffic is illegal. And
that's sad.
I would be willing to bet that the higher ups in Chicago, I'm talking the mayor's office, I'm talking whatever they call their commissioners, I guess they're commissioners. All those people have told the police,
don't do anything.
Don't do anything.
Don't do a dang.
And so the police are being, have their hands tied on what they can do. They can't enforce the laws or they're going to get in trouble. And how bad is it that we have police who probably want to do their job,
yes,
and are not allowed to?
That's pretty well. That's like the Border Patrol.
Yes,
same thing.
I mean, it's just like the Border Patrol want to do their job but can't do their job. Pretty sad. All right, we're going to get to Donald Trump's court case coming up in just a second. 17 minutes after 6. No juries were picked yesterday. And I got a deal I'll play in just a second about how many of the potential jurors were they're like, we can't serve. Why wouldn't they be able to serve, Tom?
Well, number one, they don't want to be on that jury. Number two, they either like Trump or they don't like him.
No, they're biased against Trump.
Yeah. Yep.
So they wouldn't be able to serve because of that. And coming up, you paid your taxes yesterday. Get ready. Joe Biden's coming out with brand new tax increases. Brand new tax increases. Because somebody's got to pay for all of this silliness. All right, thought for the day coming up in just a second. I'm going to get to the tweet of the day. 6:18. Morning show this morning being brought to you by our buddies at the Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Coming up Friday, that's April 19th. Gates open at 6. TNT Racing, $15 for spectators. Saturday, gates open at 11. Drivers meeting at 3. And $20 gate fee. All in buy-in. That means that, so if you want to race, they'll be racing on the quarter-mile no prep track. And the water burnout only, and they're going to be doing all that. Index shootout going on. It's going to be a night of racing. Index and streetcar racing, no prep at the Hobbs Airfield Speedway. That's on Saturday. TNT on Friday. Give Jamal a call if you need more information. 575-631-1599. Follow them Instagram, Facebook, and on TikTok. Sunny today. It's going to be nice. Maybe a little wind, about 25-mile-an-hour winds. 82 for the high today. 52 tonight, and then 88 coming up tomorrow. And most of that wind should be gone tomorrow. Quick check of the weather this morning being brought to you by our buddies at the place you ought to stop and get breakfast this morning. I'm talking about the Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill in Lovington. One-stop shop for all your breakfasts this morning. You're thinking about getting biscuits and gravy, or maybe thinking about getting some pancakes and some eggs on the side. Not a big issue. Or maybe you're thinking about getting a burrito. They have awesome burritos, awesome lunch. They offer lunch specials every day. You want to find out the daily lunch special? Just like them on Facebook. You can also get the weekly meat special and everything else that's going on. If you're trying to stick to the diet and you're doing the keto diet, they got beef jerky and smoked meat, and they do custom cuts in the meat market for all your meat. Get in touch with them today. Like them on Facebook. And stop by 1422 South Main in Lovington, or 575-739-7778. 621, Tom in charge of the text this morning. And did I say the question of the day yet?
Not yet.
I didn't tell you what the question of the day was, Tom?
No, sir.
I thought I told you the question of the day. I did not tell you the question of the day. I'm excited. I got my Facebook back. Best investment you ever made. Best investment you ever made. Tom, what was the best investment you ever made?
Best investment I've ever made.
Yeah,
going to school. Going to school.
Going to school? Is that what you said?
Going to college.
Let me ask you this much. How has that worked out for you?
Well, it's residue.
It's residue.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell does that mean?
Well, it means that, both my girls have gone to college and graduated, got their bachelor's.
So that would be called residual.
There you go, residual.
There's that college degree.
So
I
that college degree is, it's residue.
Well, I'm retired now. It's amazing.
That has nothing to do with your inability to use that college degree.
Well, I am retired.
Or the language.
I don't have to use it no more.
I'm retired too.
So
you're in the communications business. You still have to use the language.
Well, it's like,
can you communicate, please?
It's amazing, though, that a bunch of so I feel good retired because a lot of our other announcers have retired. Vern Lundquist retired from the Masters on Sunday.
He's
What the
92.
So
he's 92.
And the guy from
what does
from
he
the
have
New
to
York
do with
Yankees.
you? He's on the national.
Well, I feel good because I don't feel bad about retiring because we all have to retire sometime. So he's
Can you fully retire already?
probably in December.
Why would you feel bad about retiring?
Why do I feel bad about it?
Yeah, you should never feel bad about
Yeah,
retiring.
let me tell you what I feel bad about.
What?
That I am semi-retired and I work too damn much.
Right.
That's what I feel. You will never have that problem.
I'll never.
You will never have that problem.
No, I mean when I retired, I was ready. So.
Oh, we were ready too.
Yeah.
We were really ready. Really
It's
ready.
residue.
It's residue.
Yeah, it was nothing but residue. 623. Text line is open. Thought for the day coming up. And Blake sent me how Beyonce got the #1 song on country music.
Beyonce.
We'll get to that coming up in just a second. And I got to get to Donald Trump and some of the things that he had to say. We'll get to that in a second.
And best investment I ever had was listening to Tom advice, says the texter. That's Aaron this morning.
Made you feel smarter, didn't it?
Yeah. And best investment I ever made was getting married 50 years ago, says the texter. On the question of the day, the best investment, this is Kathy from the Patch, I ever made was buying my house about 20 years ago for $150,000, and now it's worth more than double that. Says Kathy.
Oh,
from
probably
the
easy. Easy.
Yeah, if you can ever buy property, that is always a good investment because it on average, it doubles about every 10 to 15 years.
You know, my mother and them built a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with a garage and a decent-sized yard. $25,000 back in 1960.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
And then they added another house in the back for my grandmother and grandfather when they got old, and then added another room to the garage. And it's amazing how cheap things were. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the cost of living has gone up substantially, and the cost of pay really hasn't gone up that much.
Correct.
You know, my dad's last year, I remember my brother started work for Conoco in I think it was 83 or 84. He started off as an engineer making $60,000.
Mm-hmm.
How much does a petroleum engineer start off making now?
About $150,000.
No.
I bet it's about 110.
Maybe
It's
110.
in that neighborhood, yeah.
If I hear it's in the neighborhood one more time, I swear I'm getting on a plane.
I think most engineers in the oil and gas industry start at least 100,000.
You think it's over 100?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I think
easy.
it's 6 figures.
Easy.
Yeah. All right, 626. Thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Quality products, excellent service. Boom or bust, they are there for you. WakefieldOil.com for more information. Thought for the day this morning in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Fish is the only food that is regularly accused of tasting too much like itself. It would definitely be fish. All right, Donald Trump, his trial. He will not be able to go to his son's graduation. No juries selected on day one. Donald Trump evidently was making contact with several of the potential jurors. And, you know, he's been sitting down at business meetings so long, he can read people.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's probably giving them, nope, not number one, nope, number two. Anybody wearing a mask. There were 10 people that went into their courthouse with a mask on, potential jurors. And no, we're not choosing them.
Why don't his lawyers file a mandamus of some sort to periodically let Trump not have to sit in the courtroom?
Well, you would think that would be okay, but here's Donald Trump talking about yesterday and the heartbreaking news about his son.
Amazing things happened today. You know, my son was graduated from high school, and it looks like the judge will not let me go through the graduation of my son.
So that echo noise is pretty tough, but there's no cleaning that up. But the judge is not going to let him go to his son's graduation. Will not go to the Trump's graduation. That is just heartless. And I thought the Democratic Party and the liberals were the party of, you know, the compassionate.
No. How can you be compassionate and want to murder babies?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Jay-Z paid more than $20 million for country radio stations to play Beyonce's song, so it got on the charts on Billboard. $20 million thrown at her career. She cannot beat Taylor Swift. We'll move to another genre.
Right. Well, and then you still can't do it fairly. You still have to buy it.
Yeah, that's pretty sad in itself. According to Sergeant Blanco and Odessa, suspect wanted in the murder of someone in Ector County is still at large. That manhunt began last night about 9 p.m. According to the Odessa, the city of Odessa, somebody in Odessa was shot along the Highway 80. That person flagged down police, and now law enforcement are looking for a black Ford Mustang that drove away. At the time we got on the air, that's pretty much all that we know.
Right. That Mustang belonged to the guy he shot. He killed a guy and stole the car.
Wait a sec.
Says yes.
I already threw it in the trash.
Yeah.
So he had already killed a guy.
Mm-hmm. He murdered a guy in his house and stole
and
stole the Mustang.
And then stole the Mustang. Gotcha. So they're searching for the murder suspect, and at news time, that's all we know. When we started the show. So they're actively searching for that Mustang. I'm sure he dumped that Mustang somewhere.
Wrecked it. Here it says, there's an update a little bit later. He wrecked the Mustang and then stole a tan Chevy Tahoe.
Well, at least they know the other vehicle now.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Yeah.
Craziness. National Guardsman shoots a migrant who allegedly stabbed two others. This happened on the Texas-Mexican border. National Guard soldier reportedly fired at a migrant who stabbed two individuals at the Texas-Mexico border, according to documents released by News Nation. Incident occurred Sunday afternoon, and this story is like crickets. I go on the El Paso, both TV stations in El Paso's website every morning. I don't see it on there.
Right.
I got this off the Daily Caller, and you saw it also, Blake.
Yes, I saw it over on Breitbart.
Yeah, and so why aren't they reporting this in El Paso? So if he's stabbing other individuals, do you have the right to shoot him, Tom?
Self-defense, absolutely.
Let me break it down for you, Tom. He was stabbing other people, so the National Guardsman shot him.
Shoot him.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Investigators later determined the 2 individuals that were stabbed in that incident and local fire and rescue were called shortly and treated the migrants, had superficial wounds, non-life-threatening. More information will be available soon, according to the Texas Military Department. That's pretty much everything. And yesterday, the Russ armorer sentenced to 18 months in prison. We thought that was coming after the fatal movie set shooting. And part of the reason they gave her a complete 18 months is, and she's got to serve 85% of her sentence, according to the judge, is she showed zero remorse. I mean, even if you didn't intentionally do something, you have to show remorse and say, yeah, I mean, it wasn't intentional, but I am sorry. I am sorry for, I am sorry that somebody lost that. She didn't even do that. It's crazy. All right, we're going to get to tweet of the day. We got to get to the price of oil this morning. Keep you updated with everything going on. Tom on the text, if you would. And morning show this morning being brought to you by Atlas Makeup Mirror, atlasmakeupmirror.com, 575-631-3189. Call Rebecca Long today to talk to her about the Atlas Makeup Mirror. Times 1, times 5, times 10 magnification. Comes with LED lights, the best makeup mirror on the market. Thinking about traveling with it? That's what this is designed for. And weighs less than 4 pounds and comes in a traveling case. If you want the wall mount mirror, you can go online and check that one out at atlasmakeupmirror.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Check out all the cool videos. Tom?
All right, before we go to the text, we got a phone call. Good morning. You are on B and the Breakfast Club.
Good morning, guys.
Frank, good morning. How are you?
Good. Doing good, sir. So every year, our dictionary comes out and adds a couple of new words to our language. And yesterday, Tax Day, it was the first time that Webster Dictionary came out and took out a word from our language, and that word is don't. So that way, nobody can use that word "don't" anymore. It doesn't face nobody nowadays. So try to pass it on. Don't use the word "don't" anymore. He's not on the Webster Dictionary as of yesterday. Also, El Paso and other border towns. I'm from a border town myself. They try to put the kibosh on truth. Whenever an illegal creates a crime or any Democrat creates a crime, they try to, sweep it under the rug. And they're too lazy nowadays to even sweep it around underneath the rug. They just,
that's too much work.
Yeah.
That's just
that's too much
work.
So they just leave it and try to for the truth to suffocate without any oxygen. They don't try to bring any truth to the matter, to the news, and that's the problem right now. I remember growing up. They would always say, "La mentira dura hasta que la verdad sale." That's the lie will stick around till the truth comes out. So make it easy on yourself. Always tell the truth, and you'll sleep better, and you'll be a better person. You'll get respected for your growing up. Okay.
Hey, Frank, how much money do you think illegal immigration costs us taxpayers?
Well, I think my mom was born in 1938, and she's still, whatever she paid through her life, she's still paying for it. Even with her Social Security.
Yeah. But they're saying last year illegal immigration cost American taxpayers $150 billion. And I will break it down this way. Every veteran that fought for this country could get a $300,000 home. Every kid could go to college for free with that money. And so every illegal alien got $8,776 based on the new information that's coming out. So when you have to pay taxes, a great part of that is because we're taking care of all these foreigners. And you know what's crazy? Illegal aliens can now claim their kids and claim earned income credit and qualify their kids.
Yeah, and if they come across with babies that are their DNA don't match, they can still use them. I mean, it's a crazy world we're living now here in the USA. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, we're straight up stupid. We are straight up stupid. Crazy story.
Well, I'm happy Webster Dictionary took out that word "don't" because it didn't.
Yeah, we got to take out "don't." Thank you, Frank. Have a good one. 637. Tweet of the day being brought to you by King Driving Academy. King Driving Academy. You can find them in Hobbs, 1430 West Bender in Hobbs. 4-week CDL training school. They provide 2 weeks of theory training, 2 weeks on the road, and the course taught by a state-certified CDL instructor. Hands-on training. No books, no computers. They everything is taught hands-on. 575-441-7835. Mention Be on the Breakfast Club or W105 and save $500 on your enrollment fee today. That number again, 575-441-7835. Tweet of the day, Melania Trump talking about America.
America was founded on God-given rights of freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom of expression. We are a nation that celebrates and protects diversity, and we condemn those who bully and intimidate people. We do not want to live in a place without freedom, where everyone is forced to think alike. My husband sees the promise of our country and all her citizens moving onward as we recover from many challenges. Even if you don't agree with my husband about everything, you have the right to say, that is the American way. Let's protect it. I support the log cabin Republicans, and I am unapologetically outspoken. God bless you all, and God bless our beautiful nation.
877-396-W105, another day in paradise. Tommy in charge of the tax. We're coming back. We're going to dig into Biden tax increases. Yeah, they want to tax you more. Tom?
And hey, guys, 18 months isn't too bad if they need to accidentally get rid of Tom. Says the Texas. Okay. Oh, by the way,
frustrated.
That fugitive, by the way, I think they caught him in San Angelo. This text is saying. And the best investment, a divorce, says this one texter.
Yeah, that you lost 160 pounds, didn't you?
Right. And $4,600 what this guy paid in taxes. And I'm mad as hell. He says that's Tim from the patch this morning.
Well, look, your money, $8,700 is going to every illegal alien. I actually think those numbers are down. I don't think it's enough.
What?
No. I think $8,700 per illegal alien. I mean, can we house them? Give them $1,000 gift card every month for food? $5,000 when they cross the border, plus free air travel and health care?
Oh, you're saying you think it's actually more than that amount?
Yeah, I think it's actually more than that. I think it's way more than that. I think they're cooking the books. I think the Biden administration's actually cooking the books. How could it? How could it only be $8,700?
Well, they cook the books on everything else. So
yeah, I think that number is probably close to $3 billion, $300 billion. Yeah, I think that's not enough. All right, number 877-396-W105. Blake, if you didn't pay enough taxes, Biden is actually thinking about increasing the taxes.
Oh, joy.
Wait,
it
the
was
economy.
hard to write that check, let me tell you.
The economy is on the downward turn.
Yes.
Interest rate is way up. By the way, the money, when I transfer money, we're at 57 per dollar. 57 pesos per dollar.
Wow.
That's the highest I've seen it in a long time.
Right.
I'm dumping money into the currency market tomorrow to transfer money because I can make money off of that.
Right.
Tom, you want me to transfer some of your money?
Would you?
Yeah. Well, go ahead and just send it to me, please.
If I wouldn't have written just a big old check to the IRS, I would have given you something to do that with.
Yeah. All right, Biden tax increases. Listen to this.
President Biden is going to talk about tax hikes tomorrow when inflation and mortgage rates have tripled under Biden. What do you think of that?
Well, I mean, the extent of the tax increases he's talking about are ridiculous. He wants to increase income taxes, corporate taxes, taxes on small businesses. He wants an energy tax. He wants a dividend tax. He wants a tax on capital gains, even capital gains you haven't realized. And he wants to add on an extra estate tax to the one that we already have. This is absurd. Hopefully voters are going to see this for what it is. This is a power grab by the federal government. Joe Biden really doesn't know what he's doing at this point. He doesn't even know what century we're living in. And to let him get away with these tax increases would just be absurd.
So they want to tax us on money we already paid taxes on. Is that did I get that right?
Well, they got to fund all these illegal people coming across the border. They got to fund all these other countries. They've got to fund Iran's attack on Israel.
You're right. Yeah, I am sick and tired, and I've always wanted to pay my fair share of taxes. I am proud to say I paid 0 taxes this year. 0. I am proud to say it because I didn't want to pay any taxes. I did not want to pay any taxes for them to throw my money away. I'm 65 years old. Number one, you shouldn't be taxing my Social Security to begin with.
Right.
I've already paid taxes on that money.
Right.
So why are you taxing me? And I'm just sick and tired of paying. So, Joe Biden, you can take that big check I would have sent you like last year, and you can shove it right up your pie hole. Yes. And increase taxes? Don't they get it that we're on the verge of a Great Depression? Putting more burden on the taxpayers that they won't have more in their pocket to take care of their family? Don't they look at the numbers when it comes to credit card debt and foreclosures and repossession? Don't they look at this?
No.
And people, they are going to keep taking until we force them not to take.
Right.
I can't wait for the liberal. I know the liberals are going to tell me, well, no, you paid no taxes. Damn right, and I'm proud of it. I am proud of it. I will take every loophole this corrupt government will give me. Every one of them. And proud of it. Price of Oil this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Spinnaker, Oilfield Cementers, and Cud Energy Services. Currently, they are hiring, looking for service supervisors in training. They have a program for that. CDL is required. Diesel mechanics are looking for you. Electric technicians, equipment operators, CDL required, and experienced pressure pump hands. They offer one of the best benefit packages in the industry and one of the best pay plans, and housing's available if you need it. Text Oilfield to 63566 or go to greatoilfieldjobs.com. Equal opportunity employer and, of course, a drug-free employer. Tom?
West Texas Intermediate, $85.11, $89.81 for Brent crude. And the price of natural gas this morning, $1.70. B.
All right, 15 minutes away from 7, 15 away from 7. Our number 877-396-W105. FBI opening a criminal probe into the Baltimore Bridge collapse. Did you see the story, Blake?
I saw the headline and kept on going because I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I'll wait.
Yeah, so the federal source confirmed they are looking into it. The probe, the first reported by the Washington Post, centers around the 985-foot container ship, the Dolly, and looking at the violations to federal maritime law that they might have broken. It doesn't matter, Joe Biden said, we're going to pay for that because we have money just to throw away.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Joe Biden revealing the comments about that the Obama administration's role in praising the rise of China. I'll get to that story coming up next. Representative Stansbury talking about the FDA drug administration and the abortion drug. Earlier, a spokesperson from the FDA talked about the drug and said we don't need judges dictating what drugs are acceptable and what drugs aren't. Well, who came out with the idea that we had to wear a mask and get vaccinated? And by the way, new information coming out about the Biden administration. If you want to work for the Biden administration, you actually have to be updated with your COVID vaccine.
Right.
COVID vaccine? You will have to have 10 shots. So I will get to that.
And they aren't vaccines. They're gene therapy.
No. Thank you. But here's Representative Stansbury. Be proud, New Mexico.
Right. So the FDA approved mifepristone to be used as a totally appropriate medicated way of addressing issues around reproductive care. And the broader implications are that if judges start legislating from the bench on this kind of medicine, it could be anything. It could be cancer treatments. It could be any kind of medication or intervention in your health. And I think the American people need to understand the implications of this case, the potential impacts for public health, and the ability for it to impact every American's opportunity to access life-saving care. So,
life-saving care. Whose life are you saving? Because I am all about saving the life of the mother.
Yes, but
I am all about saving the life of the mother.
They keep saying life-saving care, and it's really life-ending care.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Go back, she skipped over something when she said legislating from the bench. What do you think these judges have been doing to Donald Trump?
Oh, legislating from the bench?
Yeah, and they're all about it. She's out there shrieking her praise for that stuff.
$450 million fine?
Yeah. That was nothing but legislating from the bench.
Yeah, that was nothing more. Marjorie Taylor Greene talks about the funding. She is not happy with some fellow Republicans because they just go along with the Democrats.
They're tired of Republicans going out and promising all these promises and saying how we're fighting for America and then sending their hard-earned tax dollars. By the way, today's tax day, April 15th. Everyone's having to pay the IRS to fund this government that doesn't care about actually fixing the problems here at home. They just want to kick the can down the road. And people are not going to like any of this. They're going to be angry about it. And I think it's another wrong direction for Speaker Johnson in our conference.
Are you going on your motion to vacate in light of this plan?
I haven't decided on that yet, but I just stood in the conference.
So Marjorie Taylor Greene fighting back, sending money to Ukraine and Taiwan and Israel, and nothing for the border. The border remains wide open. A lot of people don't like Marjorie Taylor Greene. You know what? We need people that will stand up.
I think she's gaining a few fans, though.
Yeah, I mean, because Speaker Johnson is just doing everything the Democrats say. Yeah, we'll go along with it.
Didn't Rand Paul say something about him changing? Rand Paul said something about that Johnson is not the same guy that took office.
Well, he's been bought and paid for. He's been bought and paid for. Biden administration, the then vice president boasted about the Harvard-educated niece previously studying Chinese and living in China while delivering a speech in 2011, touted the rising China being positive and a positive development. These are Joe Biden's words. Biden gave a shout-out to Casey Owens, who was concluding her stint as a special assistant for the U.S.-China Strategic Economic Dialogue part of the Treasury Department. And Owens is the daughter of Joe Biden's sister. Maybe those words will come back and haunt him one day. Oh, maybe it will be now after some of the emails that came out from Hunter Biden's laptop. Hunter Biden sending her a message saying he was glad to be close to her. Hey, just got home from work and couldn't wait to send you an email. Today is truly a memorable day for me. I keep thinking about Mom. Can you imagine her seeing us huddled in the backstage together? So she was working for China, and evidently Hunter was too. Some of the interesting emails were on Hunter's laptop. New York City. Well, I thought New York City was a bunch of tough guys. So this guy is carrying the American flag. He's protesting the Hamas holes. The Hamas holes. Yes, that's a new word for them, Hamas holes. So he's protesting Hamas holes when this Hamas hole came and lit his flag on fire and actually lit his shirt on fire. And the police are just standing there watching this. It's disgusting. And chanting death to America. Listen. So they lit his flag on fire. He could have been seriously burned. And the police just look around going, I think I've been told not to do anything. At O'Hare Airport. They're blocking traffic. O'Hare, here we go.
Traffic's bad when people are literally sitting on top of their cars and walking to the airport. Oh, there's a protest.
Oh, it's a protest. So people were actually getting out of their cars and walking to the airport. Because, and by the way, the police were there too. And you had people linked together. Why do we put up with this? Why do we put up with it? In San Francisco, a 70-plus-year-old man. For some reason, I thought he was 71, but I think he might be older. And they're beating him up. And by the way, these same individuals are the same individuals that were part of Antifa. I mean, if you look at them, they were taught how to say death to America and practiced it in forces so they would know. These are not people that came into the country. A lot of them are actually bought and paid for.
Right.
Bought and paid for.
That's all they are. And they're, these radical, extreme leftists, they don't have a problem hurting anyone or killing anyone because they hate America.
It's unbelievable. These bunch of spoiled, snot-nosed kids. Death to America. Why are all these people coming here? 10 million people since Biden got in office. Why are they coming here? The greatest country in the land. Maybe that's why. Most stressful time of the day is 8:15 in the morning, according to brand new studies. 8:15 in the morning, the most stressful time. Tom, would that be your stressful time?
No.
I got to admit, 8:15 in the morning, I'm at the gym and doing what I do and not very stressed out.
Well, 8:15 here is, usually coming out of a break, so not too bad.
Yeah. More than a dozen major media outlets calling on Donald Trump and Joe Biden to debate. CBS News, Associated Press, CNN, Fox, News Nation, USA Today, ABC, NBC, PBS, NPR, C-SPAN, all coming out saying we have to have a presidential debate.
Right. Well, they have to be able to spin something.
Well, so why can't Joe Biden debate?
He's an idiot.
Well, we know why he can't debate.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Peter Doocy asked Why can't he give more than one-word answers? Does that sound familiar? One-word answers?
Tom?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I was thinking. All right. 656 KWMW, Malmore 105.1 FM. Michael Moore making a comment about Biden. It's not good. And I'm going to dig into the Trump case. We'll get to that coming up next. Tom on the text at 657. B in the Breakfast Club.
All right. So, B, this texter saying Melanie needs birth control and abortions because God forbid that she gives birth to kids as stupid as her. And Tom A. says the texter. Okay.
He's got that damn degree, and it's what he called it? Not residual.
Residue.
Right. Got some residue going on up in here.
And let's
It's
have
like on Hunter Biden's credit card. Got some residue.
Let's have a revolution, says this side of the text. And this one saying, I'm not paying them another flipping dime so they can come try and get it, says the text. And morning, guys, tell us though, how this government, how these government money for Eagles.
We can get.
Tell us how we can get all these government money for illegals so I can tell my primos from Mexico to come down and laugh out loud.
I mean, the problem is we're so stupid. You know, every country in the world, pretty much, you know who they put first? The citizens. They put the citizens first, especially if they're taxpayers. They're footing the bill. It's like a spouse, and I'm not saying woman or man, that sits at home all day and plays video games. And the worker bee comes home and there's nothing to eat. There's the house is a mess. And they don't even appreciate the worker bee. That's the same thing. Our country does not appreciate you worker bees. They don't give a damn about you worker bees. And Tom can say, I'm a traitor, I'm this, I'm that. But part of the problem has to be laid at both parties. It really does.
Absolutely.
Because Mike Johnson is just as bad as Chuck Schumer. You might disagree with me, but please tell me how he's different.
I don't disagree with you at this point.
Yeah. All right, Tom, quickly get to the text so we can take our break.
Orlando is saying, hey, my mom is retired, living off her retirement and Social Security. She claims zero, and she still had to pay $2,500 back to the IRS this year. That
There
is
you go.
absolutely ridiculous, says Orlando this morning.
It is the most, that should be a sacred cow.
Right.
People that have worked their butts off their entire life should never have to pay another penny of taxes.
No.
None.
Well, and Social Security, if you're going to raise minimum wage, you need to raise Social Security and disability benefits.
Yeah.
I agree with
mean, so if you think $20 a hour is a sustainable living, well, wouldn't we raise Social Security also?
Right. To that level, you know.
That's what I'm thinking. Tom, quickly get to it. We got one more story to get to.
Hey, Mad Dog is chiming in and says, Tom finally says something that makes sense. Biden is an idiot, says Tom. This is so insightful. Thank you, Mad Dog, this morning. B?
I don't think he was meaning that like as a compliment,
Well,
but maybe I'm wrong.
I took it as one. Mad Dog's cool.
All right, Representative Goldman talking on MSNBC about the Trump case, and I believe everything this liberal Democrat is saying.
DA Bragg will treat this case with the respect that the justice system deserves. He will only speak through his prosecutors in court and court documents. You will not see any press conferences.
Oh, yes. I'm sure you believe in that.
Oh, yeah.
Trump trial. This guy is a professor at Berkeley. Tom, would you think that Berkeley is a very liberal?
Oh, God, yes, it is.
I mean, his name is John Yu, And a professor at Berkeley, law professor, talked about can we get a trial? Can we get a jury that I don't know if we can seat 12 members.
I think it's pretty extraordinary for in the very first jury pool, before you interview anybody, half of the jury pool already says they're so biased against President Trump that they can't serve on the jury. This is what we call voir dire, where the lawyers and the judges ask questions of the potential jurors to ferret out any bias. Before we even get to do that, half the jury pool already says they're fully biased. That's only going to feed into, I think, Donald Trump's claim that the public integrity of the courts and the prosecutors is to be questioned as being biased and unfair against.
Yeah. But all you need is one to throw the monkey wrench. That's it.
Yeah, it was only 34 out of the first 90 were left.
That's it.
Yeah. Coming across Fox News just a second ago. The American flag on fire and the Palestinian flag flying high. If you don't like this country, go, please. Just go. You're going to fly the Palestinian flag while you burn the American flag. But where are my patriots this morning? Where are the patriots? Because people are blocking traffic and beating up 70-year-olds. Where are the patriots in this country anymore? Where are you?
Well, they're afraid of getting arrested because the police will arrest them because that's what they're told to do.
Wow.
And, you know, it's kind of one of those, and I do not want to take this as a disparaging remark towards law enforcement at all, because I have the utmost respect for our law enforcement.
Me too.
But if your excuse for doing something that you know is wrong is, I was just doing my job, I'm going to point out again that whoever was pushing the button at the gas chamber for the Holocaust that killed millions of people was just doing their job too.
Amen. On the way, we'll talk about the NBA draft on the way. Michael Moore making comments about, can Joe Biden lose? We'll talk about that. Looks like CNN canceling a couple shows. Could Barkley and Gale be cut? And migrants cut through the barrier in El Paso. We'll talk about that. Supreme Court lets a red state enforce the child sex change, the ban on child sex change. We'll get to that. And the Biden campaign requiring all their employees to have the COVID vaccinations and up to date. And a gas truck rollover in southern Colorado. We'll get you updated with that and more on the way this morning. Morning show this morning being brought to you by David Trujillo, running for County Commissioner District 1. He's a Republican, and that County Commissioner District 1 in Lee County. Desert Storm Army veteran, 15 years of service in the Army, and guy that has been on a number of nonprofit boards and always willing to help out for the kids, coaching youth athletics and that type of stuff, and always part of, you know, the Lee County and Lovington. Served 20 years as city commissioner, mayor, or mayor pro tem. Understands the ups and downs in the oil and gas industry, understands how to go get money when it comes to capital improvement money. Also, since he works in the oil and gas industry, he's an advocate for the oil and gas industry. Go to his Facebook page, David Trujillo on Facebook. He's a Republican running for County Commissioner District 1. Elect David Trujillo today. Message paid for by David Trujillo. 7:05. Got a lot of things to get to this morning. High temperature 82, sunny skies 52, and tonight 88 tomorrow. We do have wind today, 25-mile-an-hour wind today, most of that from the west. The wind should be calm for tomorrow, though. We're going to keep you updated with everything going on. We'll get you qualified for the contest for the cash coming up next. News this morning being brought to you by WWRB3.com. They have 3 RV parks in Carlsbad, 162 RV hookups, all coming with 30 and 50 amps, all utilities included for one low price, and that includes the high-speed wired internet. If you like to spend your days off gaming or watching movies, internet is not going to be an issue. They're pet-friendly, and they're very, very well lit up. Get all your contact information and prices, www.rv3.com, 988-0392. We're coming back already, 7:06. We're W105. Let's qualify you for the cash news up next.
Call now. Thank you for calling.
Pop's Power Washing in Lovington presenting the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now.
Call now. News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Rust armorer Hannah Gutierrez was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter in the death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins has been sentenced to 18 months in prison. Gutierrez's lawyers had filed a sentencing memorandum saying she's undergone undue hardship from media coverage and asking for a conditional discharge, meaning she'd be let out of jail and put on probation. The state said Gutierrez has yet to show remorse or take responsibility for her involvement in the shooting and continues to blame others for the cinematographer's death and requested the court sentence Gutierrez 18 months in jail. The month of April brings awareness to sexual assault, something experts say happens almost every minute throughout the U.S. The UNM Global Respect Advocacy Center says they're hosting events throughout the month to remind students they have resources and hope to change the campus culture. So far this month, the Advocacy Center has hosted a consent fair and a soul survivor visualization to bring awareness on campus. According to a report by the New Mexico Coalition of Sexual Assault Programs, almost 38% of women have unwanted sexual contact or have been raped in the state of New Mexico. Proponents of rural public libraries were seeking at least $27 million from New Mexico lawmakers in the legislative session that ended in mid-February. It would have fully funded a trust to help keep libraries across the state's vast expanses operating indefinitely, but state legislators allocated only a fraction of that amount to $2.5 million this year. Larger sum would have fully vested the trust known as the New Mexico Rural Libraries Endowment, which is roughly halfway funded at the moment. Lisa Neal is director of the Hatch Public Library, one of 55 small libraries statewide benefiting from the partially funded endowment, and says she didn't want to get her hopes high about the possibility of lawmakers funding the measure fully this year. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
It's time for the annual membership meeting of Lee County Electric. This year marks their 75th anniversary. Join them on Friday, April 26th during regular business hours in Lovington and Tatum, New Mexico, and Plains, Texas. Attendees will receive a registration gift, have the opportunity to vote, and be entered for the grand prize of $2,500 from Lee County Electric. Lovington will host a drive-through event, while Tatum and Plains will open their lobbies for registration. To streamline your registration process, find a personalized registration card in the back of the April issue of the Enchantment magazine. The business portion of the meeting will be streamed on Facebook Live at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Lee County Electric, 75 years strong, owned by those we serve.
Dear Plugged In, you in on this? Toyota's versatile SUVs roll up their sleeves and take on tough jobs. Dress up for a night out, or haul your family and friends with their spacious interiors. And they're available with some real sweet tech. Want a hybrid SUV? Oh yeah, they got those too. All with a slew of standard features so you won't break the bank. Get the juice at Toyota.com, folks.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, let's go places.
Discover great deals on Kawasaki motorcycles, side-by-sides, and more. Save big on championship-proven KX motorcycles. Get a great deal on the new Ridge lineup. Or take advantage of big adventure for less with savings on our rugged Terex side-by-sides. There's no better time to save on our exciting lineup of Kawasaki vehicles. Visit your local Kawasaki dealer today. Garner's Motorsports, 320 North Del Paso in Hobbs.
This is Senator Stephen McCutcheon.
Our way of life is under attack every day by the radical progressives in Santa Fe. Politicians like to talk, but I'm fighting for our community day in and day out to defend the values we hold dear. As a rancher, oil and gas contractor, and conservative fighter, I'm defending our way of life. I fought to secure the border, increased penalties for drug cartels, stood up to the woke left in Santa Fe trying to take our guns away, but I'll never let them. That's why I'm proud to be the only candidate in the campaign for Senate District 42 endorsed by the National Rifle Association, because I'll always fight for our God-given rights. And my very first act as your senator was to impeach Michelle Lujan Grisham. My values are deeply rooted in our community. As a father of 4, I'm fighting to make New Mexico better for the next generation. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican June 4th primary. Paid for by Stephen McCutcheon for Senate.
I thought you said we were going to do something fun.
This is fun.
Pizza and Netflix? Are you kidding me?
It's a good movie.
I'm done with you.
Are you tired of the same old routine? Life gets boring, doesn't it? Well, it's party time at Cal's Cactus Lanes, now under new management. We're out with the old and in with the new. It's time for some.
Oh, yeah.
Come check out the new and improved party place and bring the family for some cosmic bowling fun every Friday and Saturday. You want to throw a party?
I love parties.
Well, let the good times roll at Cal's Cactus Lanes. And when you're done rolling strikes, visit Cal's Shade Western for the best drinks this side of the Mississippi.
I thought we lived on the Pecos.
Cal's Cactus Lanes, now newly remodeled and under new management. You can even book your parties there. Call 575-887-1933 or go by 1611 South Canal Street in Carlsbad.
It's amazing.
Cal's Cactus Lanes is an equal opportunity employer. Apply within.
Back on the chain, yeah. Now, back to the show.
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
It's about damn time.
I got in the habit of working at home and wearing pajamas. Pajamas have got to be the world's funniest clothes.
Huh,
Casual. They're very comfortable.
what are you going to wear casual Friday? 2 Post-its and a sugar packet?
Who designed them to look that way, like a little tiny suit? Sexy sleepwear. Trying to keep it classy. Now you get yourself a flannel briefcase, you're all set.
Oh, Gemma. You're getting the jammies really often. Well, Gemma, oh, aren't you just like a handsome pajamas?
Yeah, we're wearing what we slept in last night. I don't even have a robe and my shirt's coming off. Is today laundry day or was that yesterday?
I'm still in my pajamas.
Things casual. In flannels and sandals.
Haven't put on my pants for days now. Got the bed, don't regret it. I'm not shaving, ain't no changing now. Oh, Gemma, I'm in my pajamas. Oh, Gemma, oh, okay. Oh, Gemma. Oh, Gemma.
I really ought to do something, but I am already in my pajamas.
Wear your pajamas to work day going on today. It is 15 minutes after the hour of 7, the day after tax day. Our number 877-396-W105. 15 minutes after the hour 7. Tom didn't even know if he paid taxes. He was like,
how much you getting back, Tom?
I don't remember if
how much
I
had to pay. What'd you have to pay? Really? Too much.
And why would you have to pay?
Too much.
Single guy made under the threshold. Why would you have to pay? You had to pay state, probably,
State
not
taxes.
feds.
State tax. What? No, federal taxes. How much you getting back? Ain't. Zero. Yeah, you had to pay in federal taxes? Yeah. Really?
I'm not buying that. I'm just not buying that. Best investment that you ever made. I'd love to hear from you. 877-396-W105. You lie so much. We don't know when to believe you.
I don't even like paying stuff.
So if you don't like it, that means you would remember how much you paid, right?
You would think so, but God bless you. God bless you. A recent survey found that 38% of Canadian employees say they spend too much time working, which means 62% of people surveyed were Gen Zers. Half, 52%, of those responded say they work more than 40 hours a week. I work more than 40 hours a week.
You know,
and he's working remote in his pajamas.
I would be afraid of offending those Gen Zers, but they're not awake yet.
Yeah. Scientists have concluded the mysterious oversized bones that they have been finding are sea monsters.
Sea monsters?
Like oversized
Sigmund?
bones.
Sigmund and the sea monsters.
Yes. So go check those out. Dr. Pepper is going to save you the trouble of pouring their soft drink over ice cream. They're coming out with the ice cream float Dr. Pepper.
Ooh.
Combination, 2 flavors. And it's going to be called Dr. Pepper Float, but it's going to taste like the ice cream float.
So the big question is are they partnering with Bluebell? That's the big
no,
question.
but they said something about maybe a deal with Tom A.
Right.
They think that would be, that'll take them to the next level. Yeah. A woman in the UK decided to go back to school full time, being over the age of 25. When she asked to get a student discount at the gym told her she was too old for that. By the way, she sued them and got thousands of dollars in discrimination.
Good for her. I say good for her because if they're offering a student discount, it should be for any student.
If she is in school. All right, Michael Moore. I've never liked Michael Moore. He is a perfect example of a fat bastard. And Michael Moore, a liberal activist. Name one movie that Michael Moore did, Tom.
I don't think he's ever done any movies.
That's what he's known for. He's a director. Bowling for Columbine? No bells?
No.
That doesn't ring a bell?
No.
Anyway, Michael Moore warning President Biden on Monday that he would lose to Donald Trump like Hillary lost if he does not, if he quit supporting Israel. Because voters stay home in protest. Moore, during a podcast called Rumble with Michael Moore, it's kind of like his belly after 2 hours of not eating, said that Clinton lost by 2 votes per precinct in 2016 and said Biden will lose too. Look, the economy.
They've already got those ballots filled out.
Yeah. I mean, the economy should be enough to make him lose. Now, supposedly, they're going to bring up abortion a whole bunch.
Well, that is their game plan.
That is the game plan.
It's already started. Look, when I see the AP wire every day, they're already starting that. It's the abortion. They're trying to make it the issue. Any politically left-leaning news-type website is already doing that.
Is that the number one
For them
issue in America?
For them it is, because they need to make it about that because they know that they can win on that issue.
I would think they can't win on that issue, but I could be wrong. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main and Roswell. Handguns, rifles, firearms, they've got you covered. Go in there and see the largest selection of guns in southeast New Mexico. Find the right gun that fits your needs. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. And ladies, if you've been thinking about getting a firearm, go in there and talk to them. Maybe you're not ready to get a firearm. Maybe you're thinking about, I'm just going to get some personal protection. They do offer non-lethal personal protection. Stop in and check them out. Closed Saturday, always open on Sunday, 1907 North Main in Roswell. It's Zia Guns. 7:20, Caitlin Clark, first player selected, and the WNBA draft. Caitlin Clark. She will sign a contract that will probably be $500,000, maybe total. 5-year deal, $100,000 a year.
Chicken
feed. Have you ever made $100,000?
Chicken feed.
Have you ever made $100,000?
I'm not a professional athlete.
That wasn't the question.
Well, are you a professional?
Professional athlete, no.
No, I didn't say anything. Please do not put words in my mouth.
Oh, okay, that's a new one.
I said, are you a professional?
I'm retired.
We're about to send you to full retirement. We're coming close. And, you know, a lot of people hate Angel Reese. I think she was a 7. She was making over $1 million in NIL money, and which leads me to believe that she's got to be really stupid to walk away from LSU and where she's making $1 million to go make $100,000. Does that make any sense? I would stay and make another $1 million, but that's just me. Looks like Charles Barkley and Gayle King. Sorry, you got to go. They were canceled. 6 months.
There's going to be 4 people that are going to be really upset at that.
Right.
Yeah, canceled.
All 4 of their watchers are going to be mad.
He was too dumb on that show.
You don't have to say on that show. You can just say he's too dumb.
No, look, I think Charles Barkley was trying to take things to a whole nother. It's like when you try too hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, it's the
that's
same
a really
thing.
good example. Yeah.
I mean, when you try too hard is like Charles Barkley doing what he did, and they were getting less than 139,000 viewers nationwide. That's bad. That's bad.
Now,
who can they go at? A lot of people want Dylan Mulvaney to get his own show. There are talks that CNN will go after Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan
they can't
makes too much money doing a podcast.
Yeah, they can't afford him.
You can't afford.
He makes
Joe
almost.
Rogan.
He makes like right at the same kind of money Stern makes.
Yeah, no, he makes more than Stern, I do believe. His contract is huge,
and he likes it. It's not stressful for him, and he doesn't have to spend a lot of time on it. He has said how much he really enjoys doing that show.
Yeah, I mean $200 million.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, that's a pretty big contract.
He makes $100,000 an episode on the podcast.
Pretty good money.
No, I take that back. 14 million annually. 14 million Aaron. His net worth is 200 million. But 14.4 million. How many podcasts does he do per week?
Well, he probably records
3, 4 of them,
maybe a couple.
I've never
a day.
watched this podcast.
He doesn't do a lot in advance. He does, because he wants to stay relevant.
The other thing, it's not like he's cutting stuff up.
No,
he's got people that they do that for him. He shows up, does the show, and leaves. It's kind of like Tom. Well, no, I mean he does bring something to the table.
He actually does all the interviews.
Yeah. But I'm wondering how many he does a week.
I bet you it's not more than 6.
3. That's what it says.
Yeah.
3 podcasts a week.
Yeah.
So he's not even doing 5, 1 a day. Crazy. All right, morning show this morning being brought to you by Twin Wells Fuel Station. Twin Wells Fuel Station. Check them out right on 128. They're right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. So if you're driving on 128, exit Buck Jackson Road, go down. They're open to the public. They sell unleaded, green diesel, red diesel, DEF value. Twin Wells Fuel Station. They accept major credit cards, fleet cards, and debit cards. Check them out today. Twin Wells Fuel Station on Buck Jackson Road. 7:25. I got to get to the View. They were talking about Chris Sununu, but they talked about Trump voters. And then Katie Couric has called the MAGA Republicans jealous and bitter. Did you hear that interview?
No. With Bill Maher?
No, with Bill Maher, yes.
Yeah.
So I'll play that coming up in a second. And we'll get to the migrants cut through a barrier near Riverside High School. And the Supreme Court is letting red states ban child sex change. We'll get to that. 7:26. We're being the Breakfast Club, Tom.
John from Eunice says, good morning, guys. Now you know why Biden and his administration of letting all those illegal immigrants in. Most of them have no intention on assimilating into this country. They are no more fleeing prosecution than the man on the moon. This is absolutely crazy. Why are we allowing that to happen? John from Eunice is asking that question.
Why are we spending $200 billion a year on illegal aliens, and we got our own people sleeping on the street?
Right. And Leroy says, if you get arrested for peeing in public, they take you to a place where you're forced to pee in front of others, says Leroy this morning. Okay. And Joe Rogan, his Spotify deal was for $250 million.
Yeah. Long-term deal, though.
Mm-hmm. And Rogan makes half his income off comedy, and he gets paid $250,000 for the EOC per event just for commentary. Says one texter.
He's good at commentary though, because he knows.
No, he really is. Because I mean, he knows about it. He was a fighter,
right?
So,
and
Tom, you ought to get into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I think you'd be really good at it.
I'm retired.
That doesn't mean you stop doing stuff.
Well, I want to play golf.
So that's like the wife saying, let's get romantic. And I go, I'm retired.
I'm retired.
Did you just say you want to play golf?
I want to play golf, but
you don't know how.
Well, get your butt up and go play golf.
I do. But nobody wants to play with me because I tee up my shot on every shot.
Well, that's an extra stroke. So you don't play correctly.
Right. I just play for the heck of it.
Well, get up and go play golf.
No, but you got to
get
walk.
up and go play golf.
You got to walk in that deal, man.
Look. You're sitting here saying you want to do something, and then we say, well, go, and then you have an excuse, and we say, well, do this, and then you have another excuse, and so you
go
don't
to
really
the gym.
want to do
Oh
that.
no, I mean,
what do you really want to do?
I don't know yet. I gotta be waiting.
You'll figure it out before you die, I'm sure.
Well,
728. Taking out the trash. Being brought to you by Trash Eaters. Trash-eaters.com. 575-390-4549. They do residential trash pickup. Reminding you the Lovington Animal Shelter needs volunteers. You help with the animals. They also need monetary donations. Call them directly, 575-552-3669. We're taking out the trash. California sues a beach city over a voter ID law. Wait a second. The people in the city actually voted on this. Huntington Beach. The city is getting sued by the state of California over a voter ID amendment that passed the support from the majority of residents. Lawsuit from the Attorney General, Rob Bonita, and the California Secretary of State, Shirley Weber, challenges Huntington Beach's voter ID law, which amends the city charter to allow voter ID requirements starting in 2026. See, it gives enough time for people to go out and get that ID.
Mm-hmm.
And the lawsuit, Bonita and Weber argue the city's voter ID law unlawful conflict and is preempted by the state law. The right to freely cast your vote is the foundation of democracy, and Huntington Beach voter ID policies filed in the face of that principle. So having to show your ID, nobody's taking away anybody's right to freely vote. You just have to show your ID. By the way, the state went on to argue that state elections already contain a robust voter ID requirement, which strongly protects and prevents voter fraud. He said the new requirement would proportionally burden low-income voters and voters of color. Wait a second. They don't have IDs? People of color can't go down and get an ID? Is that what you're saying?
That's what they always say. Such baloney.
Wow. They use the same argument in Texas, even when Texas said, we'll give you free IDs. Not a problem. We'll give you a free ID. Not a problem. By the way, poll after poll shows that even minorities say this is a bunch of hooey. That they have IDs already. They have to have IDs to get public assistance. They have to have IDs to buy cigarettes and beer.
Right.
And to get an apartment and to get a job. And the list goes on and on and on. California, I'm taking you out. Right to the trash. Group of migrants climbed over a chain link fence and then cut the fence so others could go across. According to the Border Patrol, this happened at Riverside High School in El Paso. Pretty much all we know at this point. Channel 7 in El Paso, ABC 7, is working on that story. Supreme Court lets red states enforce the ban on child sex changes. Supreme Court ruled Monday that Idaho could enforce the ban on sex change surgeries for minors. The law passed in 2023 and bars doctors from prescribing hormone therapy and puberty blockers and performing sex change operations on any child that is a minor. Anybody over 18 can do that.
Wow.
So thank you, Supreme Court, for ruling on that. God bless you. And the Biden administration requiring all employees, well, let me go back. The Biden campaign requiring all employees working for the Biden campaign to have updates on their COVID vaccine. Anybody that's going to work for Joe Biden, you must wear a mask and you must have the vaccine.
It's interesting you say that because I went to a pharmacy to pick up some medicine the other day, and they asked me if I wanted to get my MMVVV vaccination. I said, what does that mean? So your measles, for your measles as an adult. I said, I already had measles shot as a kid. I said, well, this will protect you. Well, that ain't protecting me when I got it. I said, well, just take an extra precaution. And I'm thinking, this is related to COVID? And he said, no. I said, well, I don't want anything to do with
this is related to the 10 million people coming across our southern border.
Well, I heard that from someone else. That
the diseases that are running rampant.
That are from people coming over here. So.
Yeah. All right, 7:34. I got a lot of things to talk about. We'll get to the gas truck rollover in southern Colorado. We'll get to that. And Speaker Johnson unveiling a scheme to bring Ukraine vote back to the House floor. No more funding. No more funding. If we can't take care of our own, no more funding for everybody else. If you can't shut that southern border down, enough's already. Enough. It's time. We need strong Republicans that stand on some common sense. That's what we need. Tom on the text. We're coming back. We got the View talking about Chris Sununu and Republicans, and Katie Couric saying you MAGA Republicans are jealous and bitter. And, of course, the things that happened on this date in history on the way. 7:35, Tom.
All right, so this text is saying, I don't see how any Hispanics can vote for Biden. Hispanics are big on family and against abortion, says that one texter. Okay. I would disagree with you, and I would also not agree with you on that statement.
I'll disagree with you and not disagree with you.
Right. What?
Huh.
What? Because
that's what he said.
I think a lot of people are tying Hispanics into the Catholic religion. And because you're Catholic, you cannot. You're against
that
abortion.
That didn't say anything about being Catholic.
No, but I've heard that before, though. See?
Well, what does that have to do with what they're saying?
Well, I don't agree with that particular statement.
But then you said you do agree with it.
A lot of Hispanics will get abortions regardless of how they believe. So. And this one text, I don't get it, but John is texting it in. He says, so Tom, you can screw up a steel ball with a rubber hammer. The word was persecution, not prosecution. You mangled another one. Where did I say prosecution and persecution? I don't think he ever texted that, John, this morning.
If you're watching on camera, I had to get some oxygen on that one.
And Aaron says, yeah, it is in the neighborhood. He said it, not me, B. So.
It was right there.
Yeah, it was right
there. It was right there. All right, we got to get to things that happened on this date in history. 7:36. We'll get to things that happened on this date in history. The View talking about John Sununu. John Sununu came out. Now, he is the governor of what? New Hampshire, right?
Or was. Oh, his daddy was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
No, his daddy was. His daddy ran for president. And John Sununu also ran for president. You just didn't hear enough about him. New Hampshire governor endorses Donald Trump, and The View crucifies him.
As governor. But it saddens me so much because there's this entire generation of young Republicans who I think people thought I did had great potential. Folks like Marco Rubio, folks like Tim Scott. And it's like Donald Trump must have a huge pantry in Mar-a-Lago where he holds all their spines and other body parts in big jars of formaldehyde because he's turned all these people into these sniveling cowards, two-faced, charlatan clowns. I mean, I'm embarrassed for them.
Now, let me break this down. What is a spine made of, Tom?
Bone.
So, Blake, would you have to put bone in formaldehyde?
Nope.
That would be for organs, right?
Correct. Or any soft tissue. Any soft tissue.
Yes. So bones would. I mean, she tried to sound really smart, but came across really. Why would we deport her, Tom?
Because she's not here illegally. Navarro?
What?
Yeah.
What?
She's never been. She's not a United States citizen. Navarro.
Of course she is, Tom.
Know this? Never has been.
How do you know this?
Well, she always talked about it, and she used to be on Fox, if you remember.
No,
way back in
What's
the day.
her name?
And CNN too.
What's her name?
I don't know, Navarro something.
So you're saying she's here illegally?
Yeah, dump her.
Anna Navarro.
Send her back to Colombia, wherever the heck she came from.
Colombia.
Isn't that where most drug dealers come from, Colombia?
So now she's a drug dealer? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm saying aren't most drug dealers from Colombia?
Look, I don't like Anna Navarro, but I'm not going to say that she is illegal. And by the way, she's never worked for Fox. Never. She worked for CNN. She worked for CNN Espanol. She worked for ABC, Telemundo. Never worked for Fox.
My favorite thing,
and by the
comes
way,
up right away, is this. George Lopez says she once got so drunk she left her dog behind.
Right.
Says that she's a member of the Republican Party.
Well, she was at one time.
To be honest, I'm not buying that. And Tom, where did you say she's from?
What, Colombia? I'm thinking Colombia.
Nicaragua.
Well, it's right in the neighborhood.
Is it? Do you know? If I gave you a map, could you point them out?
So you said she was illegal.
She's illegal, man.
No. Not
legal.
If she's from Nicaragua, she's got to be illegal.
You don't. If you're from somewhere else, doesn't mean you're illegal. If you come here illegally, makes you illegal.
She's a lawyer, isn't she?
I don't know what she
No, political science.
No.
Is she a lawyer? You went
got
back and got her law degree.
Yeah, JD from St. Thomas University.
Yes. So, Tom?
Yeah.
Please tell me where her legal status is.
She's
Go ahead.
got to be illegal. From Nicaragua, right?
She was born in Nicaragua, yes.
Right. So she's illegal.
How does that make her illegal? She was 9 years old when she moved to America.
Well, she wasn't born
Yes.
here then.
Yeah, that's what I see. She's a legal
resident.
So she's illegal.
Legal means legal, not illegal.
So she's
if you're a
I'll tell
legal
you what.
resident, it means you have a green card.
So
that you're not
and she's
illegal.
actually a citizen of the United States.
deport her
So-
anyway. I don't like her.
Well, Tom, if we started deporting people I don't like, we would need a big old airplane.
Well, they're flying them over here, ain't they?
I'm saying we would need a huge airplane, a very big airplane. And Katie Couric talking about the MAGA Republicans, jealous, bitter. She was on the Bill Maher show.
And I feel like, to your point, Bill, the socioeconomic disparities are a lot, and class resentment is a lot, and anti-intellectualism and elitism is what is driving many of these anti-establishment, which are Trump voters or
Right.
anti-establishment voters.
Wait.
I think-
When are Trump voters anti-establishment?
When are they anti-intellectual?
No, Blake, you're a dumbass. That's what she just said.
Right.
I'm a dumbass.
Yeah, that's exactly what she said.
Tom's not a dumbass, okay? That's what she said, but we're very bitter. She continues.
That is a huge problem that we have to address. I mean, globalization and, the transition from an industrial to a technological society. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been jealous of what someone else has or resentful. It is such a corroding and bitter, almost vile feeling.
I'm going to be honest with you, Katie. I am not jealous of you. I am not bitter towards you. I think that you've been in the bubble too long and that you've inhaled way too much of the gas. And I would know something about inhaling gas. I've worked with Tom for 15 years.
I am not a crop dust.
And so I'm
Methinks
the
thee
whole
doth
idea that anybody that votes for Trump is a dumbass.
Gotta deport her too, man.
Yes, deport her. Yes, we're going to
Where is this coming from, Tom? This is opposite of you.
Yes, because you think that all babies that are here should stay.
Absolutely. You're born here. You're an American.
Well, she was born here.
Where
All
was
right,
Katie
Carrie
Couric born,
Jean-Pierre.
Tom?
Well, she's un-American.
Yes. Yeah. Carrie Jean-Pierre talking about gas prices. And let me just say, gas prices are up. Here's the question, and here's Carrie Jean-Pierre.
That's about gas prices. They've been going up over the last month, 20 cents a gallon. Is the president considering any new actions like releasing more oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve?
So I don't have any new actions to read out. I will note that gas prices remain well below their peak back in 2022. I think that's important. And the average gas price right now is cheaper than this time last year. And that's because of what this president has been doing over the last 3 years.
Let me tell you, they're not as cheap as when he came in the office. In fact, they're about $1 higher.
Well, it's kind of the first time that's what a press secretary does. That's total spin. Right? Like, because this is the first time she's not just outright lying, and I can't tell you how long. It is true it is lower than the peak. It is true they are lower than what Joe Biden drove them up to. But they're not lower because of what he did. They went higher because of what he did.
Amen. Amen. Gas truck rollover in southern Colorado prompted a evacuation. And so La Plata County, Colorado, northern part of the border with New Mexico, they evacuated a bunch of people yesterday. Truck driver taken to the hospital with minor injuries. That's pretty much all we know. Speaker Johnson unveils a scheme to bring the Ukraine vote back to the House floor. By the way, no means no, Speaker.
Mm-hmm.
No means no. Domino's debuting the New York-style pizza. Tom, do you like the New York-style pizza?
Never had it. I've had Chicago.
Do you know the difference?
No, Chicago pizza.
What is Chicago pizza, Tom?
Well, it's not New York pizza.
Well, what is Chicago pizza? You've had it. What is it?
Anything that's made in Chicago, I guess.
So what is pizza in Hobbs?
It's Hobbs pizza.
That's Hobbs pizza.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Man tries to rob a bank using a translator app. Did you guys see this story?
That's funny.
Sandusky, Ohio. Video released to Fox 8. Sandusky police arrested the man trying to use a translator app to rob a bank. 20-year-old Brito Gonzalez. You're not going to believe where he's from. Take a guess, Blake. Go ahead.
Let's see. South American country that released all their prisoners and people from the insane asylum.
Venezuela. Yeah. Anyway, tried to use a translator app to rob the bank. The people of Sandusky were appalled.
I would have been laughing.
They were like, try Akron next. Maybe that's the place to go. And young girl called a hero by her family after she ran inside the house with the roof burning to alert her sleeping mom and siblings of the danger. Olivia Patterson, 6 years old, playing outside at a friend's house, ran in the house with the house on fire to alert her mother and siblings who were inside sleeping. Wow. When she spoke on camera, she said, I didn't know what to think, but I wanted to save my mommy and my brothers and sisters.
Good.
6 years old. Intestinal fortitude.
Hero.
At 6.
Hero.
Unbelievable. Morning show this morning. Me and Rodney by our buddies at Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Homegrown and proud of it. Farm supplies, ranch supplies. They got everything that you might need. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. They can take care of everything that you might need. You need cattle guards and gates, not a problem. Need pumps. They have a full-service hardware store. Need western wear, not a problem. Need feed for the animals. They're your certified Purina dealer. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, online at roswelllivestock.com. Up in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. Big fight coming up. Big fight. Chandler McGregor. Chandler spoke on the fight.
What do you have to say to Conor McGregor right now? This is a man versus another man, and one man has earned it, and one man knows that he hasn't. One man that will talk a big game, but in the confines of his own mind, in the confines of his own home, in the quiet moments, he knows he hasn't earned it. But in my quiet moments, I know that I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and I will absolutely break this man, and the whole world is going to get to see it. It's going to be the best moment of my professional life. I am the better fighter. I am the tougher fighter, and the guy who deserves it more, whether that be getting in his face, putting him up against the cage, picking him up, putting him down, wilting his spirit a little bit more, taking the wind out of his sails a little bit more. I think I hit harder than he does. The goal is to suck all of the oxygen out of the octagon. He's already ready to drown with a lifestyle that he has lived and the work that he has not put in over the last
I will just say this much. McGregor, it's been a long layoff. Can't wait for that fight and all the other fights that are on the undercard. John Kirby, spokesperson for the White House, speaking out about Iran. So White House spokesperson John Kirby, here's what he said.
Talking He unfroze billions of dollars.
For Iranian leaders?
Yeah.
Really? I don't think so.
Okay,
So
you guys
first of all,
say it's for humanitarian purposes, but doesn't that?
but you don't believe me.
Well, doesn't that free up money for them to spend on other stuff? Where do you get the money for an unprecedented number of munitions to fire at Israel?
So first of all,
First of all, no, we don't believe you.
Right.
Yes.
If you give it to their leaders spend it on what they want to spend it on.
And the other thing, you can't keep up with 10 million people coming into the country, but you're going to keep up with $6 billion? No, I don't believe you. No. Haven't believed you guys in a long, long time. Mama didn't raise no fool. Nope, she sure didn't. Tom of the text, and then we're going to get to things that happened on this date in history. Be on the Breakfast Club, 7:52.
John from Eunice, laugh out loud. That's funny. That little bimbo thinks we're jealous of what? What a smug little bimbo, says John. Again, the left is accusing the right of what the left is guilty of. He comments this morning. Okay. And Tom, where did you retire from? I just retired. Can I I just retired.
Keep going, Tom.
And Tom,
you were put out to pasture. Get it right, damn it.
Tom would be the first in line to be deported, says this one. Okay.
I'm about to call ice on him myself right now.
And Papa Top asked you a question too, Tom. Said, where were your parents born?
Oh. Well, one of them was born in Mexico and the other one was Texas.
So according to your logic, they're illegal.
Who?
Whoever was born in Mexico.
Well, he was until he became a citizen.
No. According to your logic and what you said a minute ago, you're always illegal.
And
if you
I'm
come here
a little confused about became a citizen because that was rather hard to become a citizen back in the day. We didn't give that out to everybody.
Not really. I mean, he had to get his papers, or my mom wouldn't have married him. Said, you don't get your papers, I ain't marrying you. Pretty simple.
Huh.
So,
So you went to Ellis Island, right?
I don't know where he got his stuff from, but I know we had to wait on him. So.
Read Smokies.
No, I ain't gonna smoke.
Blake, please read this because you know Tom's not going to. Tom, could you just shut up and read the text and don't put your half a cent in that you are stupid and make
God
no sense?
Bless America.
Says Smokey.
Smokey's crazy. And Patriot Larry says, considering what the establishment has showed us, we've established that they are not trustworthy in the last few years. That's for sure, says Patriot Larry this morning. See?
They are not what worthy?
Trustworthy.
He said trans trustworthy at first.
That's what I was like. I said trans trustworthy. I ain't trusting them.
Yeah, they're not trustworthy.
Now you got me talking like Michael Jackson again.
That's what he specializes in.
Yeah.
What happened on this day in history?
All right, being brought to you by 2A Tactical Firearms Indoor Firing Range. Get in touch with them today. Stop in 236 East Navajo, Suite 1200 in Hobbs, or go to the website 2atacticalrange.com. Firearms, largest firearms dealer around. State-of-the-art indoor firing range. You can pay by the hour or you can pay by the monthly membership. They also have the Milo FBI training simulator. You want to train the way the professionals train? That would be with the Milo FBI training simulator. Over 1,000 different scenarios, and you can live shoot or you can do it with the laser that goes on your gun. Lots of ammo in stock, lots of guns, optics, accessories, clothing, and more. Check them out, 2atacticalrange.com. Visit them in Hobbs. Things that happened on this date in history. President-elect Washington left Mount Vernon, Virginia, for his inauguration in New York in 1781. Looks like Harriet Quimby became the first woman to fly across the English Channel in 1912. Jackie Gleason. Boom. New York Yankees became the first major league team to put numbers on the back of their jerseys in 1929. I think that tradition it's actually stuck.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth, they put the numbers on his jersey, and he said, "Do the numbers make me look fat?" Fibber McGee at Molly debuted on the radio in 1935. Bob Feller pitched a no-hitter for the Cleveland Indians in 1940. They went on to beat the White Sox 1-0. Solar-powered radio went on sale in 1956. It was a little ahead of its time. And birthdays today. I got a handful of birthdays. Sadie Sink of Stranger Things is 22. Anna Taylor-Joy from Queen Gambit is 28. Chance the Rapper is 31 years old. Chance that he's too old to rap. Birthdays today, rapper Geraldo is 59. 2 words will tell you who he is. Rico Suave. John Cryer is 59 years old. Tom, name a movie.
John Cryer was in this TV show, 2 Men and a Baby.
2.5 Men.
Yeah. What's
2 Men and a Baby.
He also was in a movie with Molly Ringwald.
Yeah.
Pretty in Pink. And I got another birthday in case you missed it.
Martin Lawrence having a birthday, 59, was in a movie with Will Smith. Name the movie, Tom.
It was called Miami Vice.
Bad Boys, Bad Boys.
You got it?
Well, they were.
What was the name of the movie?
Miami Vice.
Bad Boys.
But there was after
Ride or Die.
But it was done after Miami Boys.
Yeah, Bill Belichick is 72 years old, Tom.
He's
spending a lot of time at the University of Washington, hanging out with his son, Stevie, who is the defense coordinator for the Huskies. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is 77. And, by the way, it's a decade for each foot that he is.
Battling prostate
That's a
cancer,
guy that I've always thought should have became a coach.
No, he didn't have the juice for it.
To be a coach?
Yeah.
He was in a Bruce Lee movie.
He sure was.
Oh, but he's also in Airplane, too. Remember the Airplane series?
I got one more birthday, B.
All right.
Gina Carano.
Never heard of her.
She is a badass. She was MMA, and she got fired off The Mandalorian because she's conservative.
Oh,
so Disney fired her. Yeah.
Wow.
So
they fired her.
Now she's in Deadpool.
We can't have any of that conservative stuff. What is the matter with you? You're done. Don't you know you're in Hollywood? You can't be talking about you're a conservative.
Right.
7:59. 7:59. Check of the weather this morning being brought to you by our buddies at North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry needs. They offer dry cleaning, pressing, starching, and if you want to take care of all your clothes, you can do it. They have coin-operated machines. They're open 7 days a week. But if you want them to take care of the wash, dry, and fold of your clothes, not a problem. Not a problem. 609 West Lee Street in Carlsbad, 604 West Church Street, Carlsbad, and 406 West Cedar in Loving. Sunny today, up to 82. 25-mile-an-hour winds expected. 52 tonight, then 88 tomorrow, and most of the winds should be gone. Maybe a chance of thunderstorms on Saturday as I scan ahead. Find out the forecast for yourself, W105radio.com. 8 o'clock, we got to get to the national anthem and the pledge. We'll do that next. Tom, quickly to the text.
All right, Leroy's chiming in. He says, things that come in the mail by car are called shipment, but stuff that is taken overseas by ship is called cargo. Leroy's doing that today. And Gina is hot.
Yep.
Is that the one you were talking about?
Yep.
Leroy's doing that today.
I know.
And Apollo 16 departed for the moon on this day in 1972.
And Swiss chemist Albert Hoffman became the first person to take an LSD trip.
Wow. I think I saw that movie.
Yeah, 1943. Those weird trivia things that stick with you. Keep going, Tom.
All right, so this one texter says, you guys waste so much time arguing with Tom over the dumbest bleep. It's easier for Tom not to think, so quit asking him questions. Says the texter. Look, I retired from being smart. That's people.
No, you didn't. You
By the
have
way,
to do
that
something to
ship
retire
sailed-
from it.
That ship sailed like maybe, how old are you?
63.
63 years ago.
In order to retire from something, you had to have actively been involved in it.
Yes.
You need to retire.
And I'm here to say that you haven't worked in like 3 years.
Yeah.
You showed up, but you didn't work.
Oh. Great job, isn't it?
If you can get it.
Hey,
I mean, you and Biden.
Who's
you
the
and
sponsor
Biden.
for the pledge, B? Let's just.
Pledge this morning being brought to you by Rebecca Long. She's your Farmers Insurance agent. 575-393-2661. Get in touch with Rebecca today. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. She can take care of all of that. Just starting your family. So important to make sure that you have life insurance. Life insurance. A lot of people, me personally, I didn't want to talk about life insurance because, that would mean that, I'm gone. But if I, especially when I had young kids, I wanted to make sure my kids were going to be taken care of financially, at least. So sit down and talk to her. She could put together a plan to meet all your insurance. 575-393-2661. Proud sponsor of the Pledge of Allegiance and the National Anthem on W105.
Good morning. My name is Jack Zeeble. Time for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
God bless America. God bless you this morning. Large prayer being brought to you by Judah Oil. It's 8:05 on W105.
From Isaiah 26, you, Lord, give perfect peace to those who keep their purpose firm and put their trust in you.
This is Mike Welsh with Judah Oil. Can you join us in the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven,
Our Father, who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done,
Thy will be done.
on earth as it is in heaven.
On earth as it is on heaven.
Give us this day our
Give
daily
us
bread,
this day our daily bread.
and forgive us
And forgive us.
our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass against us.
And forgive us as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not to temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
Amen.
Amen.
806 B and the Breakfast Club this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Find everything you need to go to work in the patch. All field gear, not a problem. Hard hats, work boots, safety gear, FR jeans, coveralls, steel toe boots. In fact, they have the $99 work boots at the store. Check that out, along with furniture, appliances, and electronics. They have zero down financing right now at Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Right next door is Scrub Outfitters, largest selection of scrubs in 100 miles. Looking for medical scrubs, they have Healing Hands, Metcouture, Peaches, Dickies, and others. And along with scrubs, they have compression socks, a huge selection of compression socks. All the colors you're looking for and designs, and comfortable shoes. Rig Outfitters, Scrub Outfitters, you'll find them in the Broadmoor Mall. Some of the stories that we're going to be working on. Red Colorado County is suing ICE for, they need help deporting illegal migrants. We'll get to that. Feds collect $34,400 per household for tax season. Is it enough? Are you happy to pay it? And a Farmington man accused of recording women inside a bike shop bathroom. We'll tell you who he is. And Jelly Roll, how much weight has Jelly Roll lost, Tom? We'll get to that coming up this morning. And Mark Cuban talks about how much taxes he paid. He's happy to pay, he said. We'll get to those stories coming up this morning. God bless America. God bless you this morning. We're B and the Breakfast Club. It's already 8:08. News this morning being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale. The guy settling the big cases out in the patch, over $10 million. In one case, he settled $9 million in medical malpractice cases. If you're looking for somebody that can settle a case, you've been involved in a car accident or slip and fall, Luke Ragsdale is that guy. 575-208-5300. Online at ragsdalelawfirm.com. Give him a call today. And if you need somebody to defend you in the court of law, ragsdalelawfirm.com. 8:08 news coming up next. But first, let's qualify you for the cash on W105.
Call now. Thank you for calling.
Pops Power Washing in Lovington presenting the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Back in court in New York this morning, former President Trump on social media again is complaining about the judge and the partial gag order in his criminal case. Nobody's chosen for the jury yet. More than half the candidates brought in yesterday say they couldn't be impartial.
One of the prospects, a Manhattan bookseller, said, quote, "I feel that no one is above the law, whether it's the former prez, the sitting prez, or a janitor." One woman left the court telling a court officer, "I just couldn't do it."
Fox's Eric Shawn. Israel's war cabinet is reportedly divided over a response to Iran launching drones and missiles at Israel Saturday.
Many Western countries condemned the 300-strong missile and drone assault on Israel, but are still urging Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu not to respond in a way that might make things worse.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. NASA confirms discarded equipment from the International Space Station crashed into a home in Naples, Florida last month. America's listening to Fox News.
You said we were going to do something fun.
This is fun.
Pizza and Netflix? Are you kidding me?
It's a good movie.
I'm done with you.
Are you tired of the same old routine? Life gets boring, doesn't it? Well, it's party time at Cal's Cactus Lanes, now under new management. We're out with the old and in with the new. It's time for some. Oh, yeah. Come check out the new and improved party place and bring the family for some cosmic bowling fun every Friday and Saturday. You want to throw a party? I love parties. We'll let the good times roll at Cal's Cactus Lanes. And when you're done rolling strikes, visit Cal's Shade Western for the best drinks this side of the Mississippi. I thought we lived on the Pecos. Cal's Cactus Lanes, now newly remodeled and under new management. You can even book your parties there. Call 575-887-1933 or go by 1611 South Canal Street in Carlsbad. It's amazing. Cal's Cactus Lanes is an equal opportunity employer. Apply within.
This is Senator Stephen McCutcheon. Our way of life is under attack every day by the radical progressives in Santa Fe. Politicians like to talk, but I'm fighting for our community day in and day out to defend the values we hold dear. As a rancher, oil and gas contractor, and conservative fighter, I'm defending our way of life. I fought to secure the border, increased penalties for drug cartels, stood up to the woke left in Santa Fe trying to take our guns away, but I'll never let them. That's why I'm proud to be the only candidate in the campaign for Senate District 42 endorsed by the National Rifle Association, because I'll always fight for our God-given rights. And my very first act as your senator was to impeach Michelle Lujan Grisham. My values are deeply rooted in our community. As a father of 4, I'm fighting to make New Mexico better for the next generation. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican June 4th primary. Paid for by Stephen McCutcheon for Senate.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Guerrilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Guerrilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
The Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament is back. This 3-on-3 tournament at 200 East Broadway in downtown Hobbs takes place April 20th and 21st. Enjoy mouthwatering treats from food trucks, check out vendor booths, and jump into a variety of family-friendly activities throughout the day. Ready to hit the courts? Register now at Macker.com and secure your spot in the Ultimate Basketball Showdown. Be sure to check out our social media channels for the latest news and updates as we advance to the tournament. Register now at Macker.com and don't miss out on the excitement of the Hobbs Downtown Slam and Jam Tournament April 20th and 21st.
Did you know that when you become employed with Eddy County, you'll be receiving one of the best and most competitive benefits packages in southeast New Mexico? Eddy County offers great pay, paid vacation, paid sick leave, and holiday pay. In addition, you get para-retirement and for full-time employees, 100% health insurance paid and 60% for your dependents. You can find a list of open positions and apply at New Mexico Workforce Connection or online at eddycounty.org. Eddy County is an equal opportunity employer.
Chow Cowboy Days is coming April 26th and 27th with live entertainment and fun for the whole family during this free community event. Shop lots of vendors starting at 5 p.m. Friday the 26th with live music from Maximo Norte and La Fuerza del Bravo starting at 7 p.m. Then Saturday the 27th, enjoy a full day of cowboy events, including a Dutch oven cook-off, cattle drive down Main Street, calf branding, blacksmith demonstration, Little Buckaroo's Western wear competition, a silent auction to benefit local stroke victim Harvey Tavares, and much more. Plus, Saturday night at 7:30, enjoy the Western sounds of Caitlin Butts. Don't miss Jow Cowboy Days, April 26th and 27th at Jow Lake Park. To become a vendor, call 575-308-9667.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny Real Estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential ranches, lots and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you're wanting to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575-257-3000. At Destiny Real Estate, our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
Pops Power Washing in Lovington.
I want to wake America up.
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
I got to keep wearing it, but don't tell them I didn't have it on when I walked in.
Well, the IRS took all my dough, and my bank account is low. When I filed my taxes, I learned one of the facts is that I can't deduct myself. Had a refund in my sights, and a 777 nights. I was flying to Rome, but now I'm staying at home because I can't deduct myself. Oh, can't deduct myself. Oh, can't deduct myself. I hate all of the rules from all these IRS fools that say I can't deduct myself. Oh, can't deduct myself. Oh, can't deduct myself. Now I owe $7 grand, which is more than I planned, 'cause I can't deduct myself.
877-396-W105. Be on the Breakfast Club. Another day in paradise. Blake is in with me. Tom, not back in the studio yet.
No, he's back
right,
in.
everybody.
He wandered in.
So flip the cameras so I can see him. So wait a second.
Now, what do you want to see me
Stop
for?
fighting me, Tom. There you go. There you go.
Same big hit. Okay.
There you go.
That's what I was thinking. Tom, did you make any deductions on your taxes?
I don't even remember, to tell you the truth.
I don't think that's telling the truth.
So, did you do your taxes, or did somebody do the taxes for you?
I did it by myself.
Are you sure?
I have done it the last 2 years by myself, except for the business partner son did it for me a few years ago.
Let me just say this much.
Your business partner.
You're in deep crap.
Who's your business
If you
partner?
did it, and what's the business? Monkey business?
No, my old business partner.
What was the business, Tom?
Way back in the day.
Yeah, what was the business? I mean, it's a Fortune 500 company?
Yeah, back at what it was. I don't know where it is now or not.
What is it?
So what was the business?
I was in the realtor business.
You were a real estate agent?
Well, Blake, not exactly. He was putting up the signs at the houses they were selling.
Putting up signs, yeah.
That doesn't make you a realtor.
Well, my late friend, Dave Dewar, said, Tom Avery is in the realtor business.
So let me tell you the way this worked. You ready for the story? This is a true story. So Tom goes to Dave and says, Dave, I need some money. And Tom says, okay. Blake says, Dewar says, all right. And he goes, well, here's the deal. If you go put up 50 of these signs, I'll give you the money. And so Tom calls that a business. You ever pay taxes on that business?
Yeah, I mean, he paid me. Sure, you had to pay taxes on it.
It was cash, Tom.
Yeah.
Don't lie. I mean, look.
But let's tell the rest of the story.
If there is anyone who can talk around a story, it's Tom.
And here's the other part. When he calls it a business partner, you know why? You know the partnership on that? Tom would drive her around, and she would get out and pound the pole in the ground.
No, she had.
While he sat in the air condition.
She had
that's the partnership.
Let's get it right. Now she had a van, and she needed extra income. I said, okay, we'll be business partners, and then whatever he pays.
David Dewar paid him $50 a sign, and in return, Tom said, "Yeah, we'll go half. You get 20, and I get 20."
No, she always got everything. She needed it more than I did.
All right, 820, we are B on the Breakfast Club.
So who did your taxes?
Well, her son did it for me one year.
Who did it this year?
I did.
When did you do it?
And I've done it 2-3 years in a row.
When did you do them?
Sunday.
You did them on Sunday, and you don't remember anything about them.
It's too stressful, man.
And we really need to get you to a doctor.
But by the way, number one, if you did the taxes,
and you don't,
you're a deep crap.
And you don't remember
15% of 100 is how much, Tom?
30.
See? I'm surprised you to get money back. I really am. I'm really surprised. 821 morning show this morning being brought to you by Randall Pettigrew. Get in touch with Randy today. Go to the website, randallpettigrew.com. Randy working on his third term in office. He's running for his third term in office. Needs your help. He needs monetary donations to his campaign. If these campaigns they're quite expensive. They really, really are. And if you can give to his campaign, he'd appreciate that. Number one, he needs your vote. He needs your vote to continue to send him up there to Santa Fe to fight for us. And, I say Santa Fe, but, he's continuing to fight for you even when he's home. Because if you need help with something, you go to your state rep. And Randy is there for the folks in District 61. He understands, look, I work for the folks in District 61. Re-elect Randall Pettigrew, message paid for by Randall Pettigrew. You can find out more information, randallpettigrew.com. Tom on the text, if you would, Tom.
Boy, he's a dumb ASS line again, says this one texter. And we do our own taxes. We don't know anything, says this particular text. No deductions. Got back, though, $2K, federal and state combined, says the text. Another texter says, Tom's the landscaper for the realtor. Well, it had a lot of labor to do that. But it was good because I got back in shape. And Tom A. Business was a Fortune.
Wait. What shape was this?
Well,
because wait. I want you to make sure and stick to the right lie. Because you said when you were in Roswell, you weighed 450 pounds.
403
so this
pounds.
Was in Roswell. Which shape did you get into?
Well,
was it a bulbous shape? Was it a pear shape? Was it like a jack-o'-lantern shape? You tell me.
It was getting back in shape.
Okay.
And swimming. Did this.
Where were you swimming, Tom, in Roswell?
Ruidoso.
Now the story changes. You see the way that works, Blake?
Well,
I'm trying to keep track, and it's multilinear.
It's impossible. It's like Joe Biden doing a press conference
at a local gym.
I'm trying to figure out if Tom lives in multiple dimensions or if he just has multiple personalities.
Well, this texter is saying that. He says, if you listen long enough to the show, Tom has multiple personalities, says one of the texters. One of them is in there that he fights.
Is he talking about you fighting with yourself?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll argue with himself.
But he said, it's funny, we probably won't even read this, though, says the texter. I just read your text.
That's another one. And that's the other personality, the defiant one.
Tom got into a Goodyear blimp shape, says this other texter.
Well, it does fly through New Mexico, Tom.
Yeah, I've seen it fly.
I'm sorry.
And
so, Tom, with all that money you paid, do you think taxation is theft?
It is.
You think it's theft?
Because I don't get to say where my tax money goes to.
Well, but you thought
government.
it was a good idea that, people were just coming here for a better life. So you bought into it. So I think that you should have to pay. I don't think I should have to pay, but I think that you should.
If they should have a box telling you where you want your taxes to go.
Oh, you're paying for illegal immigrants.
So
that's where it goes.
Whether it's illegal immigrants or
you backed
else.
it, so I think you should be down with it.
How much are you paying illegal immigrants?
I don't know, but
you don't know.
But I don't like.
How
paying
much
for
did you
Ukraine.
write the check for?
I don't like paying for Ukraine.
How much did you write the check for?
I'll tell you.
He's very personal about
Except-
everything.
Except that he's not. Except for when it comes to stuff that it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Tom, quickly to the text.
And Tom's not a bad person. He's just a little different. It says this is what touched it.
Okay.
All righty. And no one sings the national anthem better than Dolly. This one text is saying. She does an excellent job. I always like what she sings. I always like when George Joe sings it, too.
Just read the damn text. I swear I'm going to.
I do agree with the texture that says Tom's not a bad person. He's just a little different.
Yeah.
I agree.
And there you go, B. We're caught up.
He's just a habitual liar. Disneyland is being sued after a worker dressed as Goofy collided with a woman and knocked her over, causing her physical injuries. She's suing Goofy and Disney. Disney probably come back and give you a 2-day pass and food vouchers. Woman claims that Goofy fell on top of her with all his weight, driving her into the hard cement floor, which is highly unusual because normally that only happens when the massive brawls break out at Disney. Yeah. People cutting the line.
He didn't mean to. He was just being a little goofy.
Yeah, he was just goofy. Arizona man departed from downtown parking garage, was caught short after two people hurled a fire extinguisher from their rooftop, injuring him. This is a heinous exhibition. When you drop a fire extinguisher from way, way up.
That's no bueno.
No. And anyway, Arizona's always on fire, right? At least during the summer, it feels
Seems
that
like
way.
it, yeah.
Yeah. Last time I was in Arizona, it was like 1:15. Felt like I was cooking from the inside out. CBS coverage of the Masters golf tournament went late on Sunday, which caused a delay in showing Billy Joel's 100th Madison Square Garden concert. It was bad enough they delayed the start, but back east, CBS cut out from the concert for local news midway through to they were actually in the finale of Piano Man when they cut out. Billy Joel fans, none too happy. And new flavors coming out, Rice Krispie treats coming out with the chocolate peanut butter Rice Krispie. You know what? I just like Rice Krispie treats. No, I don't need the ones with, the chocolate on top. None of that. I'm good with just Rice Krispie treats. Red County in Colorado, they need some help. It is our intent to bring out a suit to address illegal migration crisis now present in this county and country, according to the two conservative plaintiffs. Douglas and El Paso counties in Colorado have sued the state of Colorado and its Democratic governor over laws that prevent local law enforcement from working with federal agents to arrest and deport illegal immigrants. The nation is facing a migration crisis, according to our commissioners and the sheriffs of Douglas and El Paso County.
Those are south.
They
of
wrote
Denver.
this in the complaint. So they're actually suing the state. They're suing the state saying, number one, they should be able to put a retainer on people. Colorado is a sanctuary state. It's just not Denver, sanctuary city. Colorado is a sanctuary state.
Well, it's kind of interesting because Colorado Springs is actually in El Paso County.
Yes. So those two counties are actually suing the state. I hope they win. And if they do, that's a precedence that has been set up that maybe, I don't know, Southeast New Mexico can sue our state over stuff like this. How much money did you pay in taxes? Federal government collected approximately $34,400 per American household. That's how much money that you paid in taxes. You know, everybody thinks at the end of the year, well, that's how much they paid in taxes. Contrary. Throughout the course of the 12 years, they're taking money out of your check.
Yeah, every month. Yeah.
Every month.
Yep. That's
And
just
by the
the
way, we said
additional amount that you have to pay.
Exactly. We set a all-time high in how much money we collected in revenue from taxes. How much was that? Is it $2 trillion? Yes, $2.1 trillion in taxes. That's how much we collected.
Crazy, man.
And how many billions of that did we spend on illegal immigrants?
They say 150 billion. I think it's much more than that. By the way, the second largest source of money coming into the federal government was Social Security, retirement, and Medicare. And see, all these people want to talk about, well, yeah, you're on your little entitlement program. No. I paid that in. I paid that in. I paid money in the Social Security. Why should I have to pay again? Farmington police asking for the public, they need some help. Yeah, a man arrested for placing a hidden camera and taking videos of women at the bathroom at his local business. Trayvon Poskovich, 21 years old, has been locked up, operating a bike shop in Farmington. Also got some unrelated child pornography charges against him. But if you went into his bike shop and went to the restroom, you might have some videos out there. Sandstone Cycles is the name of the company. Country singer Jelly Roll says he's lost 70 pounds.
He was a big old boy, wasn't he?
He's still a big old boy, but he's lost 70 pounds. Any idea who he's working with, Blake?
The trainer or the guys that wanted him to race with him?
No. So Gary, what's Gary's last name? I told you about this guy, Breckett. He's the guy that did Dana White. Dana White's
Right.
Dr. Gary Breckett, I think's his last name.
Okay.
And so that's who Jelly Roll was working with. And this guy is not actually a doctor. He is
just a trainer.
Well, no, he actually worked with the insurance companies to look at mortality rates. And so he looks at that type of stuff. So if when I get back to the States, I'm going to do his program where they draw the blood and then he does a deep dive into your blood work, and he'll tell you exactly pretty much what you're probably going to die from and what needs to be corrected.
Wow. Well, the reason, Jelly Roll's losing this weight is because there was a couple of comedians that wanted him, and they're big guys too, wanted
Right.
him to do the Two Bears 5K.
Right.
And so and Jelly Roll's taking it serious.
So Gary Brecka.
Okay.
It's Brecka. He is a biologist, a human biologist, and is co-founder of 10 Times Health System. So Jelly Roll is working with him. Dana White's a big fan of him. And like I said, you can do the deep dive on blood work, and he'll tell you what you're probably going to die of. Tom, what do you think you're going to die of?
I don't know.
Think it's going to be high blood pressure, diabetes,
no,
cholesterol?
No,
none of those. Probably something else, right? Swallowing your tongue, sleep apnea? No? Not okay.
I'm a good
billionaire Mark Cuban dodges the question asked about does he pay his fair share of taxes?
Does he?
So
he pays a lot.
He said I pay what I owe. So yesterday he transferred $288,000.
No. That's
no.
said.
$288 million. What?
That's what he said, and then came back and corrected it and said 276
million.
Yep,
$1,000,000.
Yep.
He paid $278 million in taxes.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Well, he did sell the Maverick this year.
And then they said, "Is that your fair share? Well, if it's not your fair share, why aren't you paying more?" He didn't want to answer that one.
I don't know. That seems like a buttload of money to me. Just that seems like a lot.
But he's always said that he is happy to pay taxes.
Yeah. I'm not that happy to pay it.
No,
I'm just saying. I'm just not. All right, Boob of the Day coming up next. Scotland has a new transgender hate crime, and my buddy in Germany told me that Germany's doing the same thing. Scotland's new hate crime law already is demonstrating how they can squash free speech. If you misgender somebody, you can be charged with a hate crime. Germany is doing the same thing. My friend in Germany that I'll share a beer with every once in a while told me that when he goes back home, you have to be real sure and not misgender people. He said, or that you can be arrested and charged with a hate crime for just misgendering somebody. What if the dude looks like a dude?
Right.
I mean, this is nuts. So Scotland is doing the exact same thing. How much money did Joe Biden make last year? The Bidens.
What's he get paid? $500,000 for being president?
450.
450.
600. They claim they made $619,976.
Him and his wife together
on the books.
On the books, yes. Thank you.
Here's the thing.
President and the First Lady filed their joint income tax.
And what does it say?
And
their
paid
net worth
$146,000 in federal income tax.
And what is their net worth?
Millions. So they say that they paid about 23.7% in income tax. That seems a little low. And they paid $30,000 in Delaware income tax.
So let's do really quick math here. He makes $450,000 a year, right? And he paid how much in taxes?
$146,629.
So basically, that would be $300,000. Now, if you kept all of that, right, like all of it, 100%, his wealth, according to Forbes, is now over $10 million.
Whoa!
And it was $8 million when he took office. Now, if I take his numbers, $300,000 is his salary, and you multiply that times 3, that's only $900,000. How did he get $1.1 million more than that?
I'm
just saying.
Funny man.
Well, and the other thing to go along with that
the salary's
is
$400,000.
that we know that people have paid him money, like his brother and those guys.
Right.
And so where's that money?
But that,
I mean, just look at the houses he's bought.
yes.
Where that money came from. You buy $1 million house, cash. Where that money came from.
Right. And you're still worth $10 million and you've only ever been a politician?
Doesn't sound good.
It does not add up.
That doesn't. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue. Find them in Artesia, 811 West Main. Get in there for breakfast this morning. Call in advance. They can prepare breakfast for everybody on location or in the office. 575-736-2573. Coming up at lunch, they'll be serving their great menu items and barbecue. From time to time, they do seafood. We'll let you know next time that happens. And get in there for lunch and get the bacon wrap barbecue sandwich. My goodness. This is a burger that's completely wrapped with bacon and then barbecue sauce and then stuffed in the smoker.
Making me hungry.
Slow cook. Sounds delicious. Call them in advance, 575-736-2573. All right, we got to get to the boob of the day. Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Guys, have you been feeling just no get up and go? Yeah, your happy time is going down the tubes. Your libido is not what it used to be. Could be your hormones. Could be your testosterone. When the testosterone is low, yes, your libido goes down. If you find that you used to be able to have muscles and that type of stuff, that's gone because your testosterone is gone. Let them do a deep dive to find out what's going on, and they'll check out your hormonal panel to find out what is happening. Same thing for ladies. Maybe you're going through menopause and your hormones are raging. Let them do hormonal optimization. And for pain, they offer such things as ozone therapy and stem cell therapy in the cryogenics chamber. 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs, Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Follow them on Facebook and at thedesertfma.com. Proud sponsor of the boob of the day.
When you were a kid, did you ever play that prank where you ordered a pizza and had it delivered to somebody else's house? Well, this is how you take that to the extreme. There's a guy in Canada named Justin Rybeck, and he's been harassed by endless pizza deliveries. It's been happening for the last 6 months, and he can't get it to stop. At first, they were coming from a place called Pizza 73. The orders are using not only his address, but also his email and phone number. And they are not being charged to his credit card, but the delivery drivers do get upset when he says he didn't make the order and he sends the pizzas back. So he reported the pizza deliveries to the police right from the start because he was spooked by how this scammer, whoever it is using his personal information in the orders. So he thought maybe he was hacked. The police told him to change his number, so he did. But that didn't stop the deliveries, and they just go to his home. They also show up at his work. He called Pizza 73 and told them to stop accepting any orders under his name. So, of course, the scammer switched to Domino's. And if that sounds like dedication, it is. The scammer is also using technology to manipulate the phone number and make it look like Justin actually made the call. Justin doesn't know who could do this. He says it can't be disgruntled ex because he's like Tom. He's never dated anyone. He adds, quote, either someone hates the pizza place or they're getting revenge on me or something. I have no clue. Now, it sounds like there have been around a dozen orders over the last 6 years involving more than $1,000 worth of pizza, and Justin says he hopes it isn't going to waste and that they're giving it to people in need. The police are still investigating, and since Justin still doesn't know why or who or how he's been targeted, he's ramping up security on his computer. So for pizza prank, you are the boob of the day.
Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics. Tom, I'm going to send you a pizza right now. Get ready for it. Looks like Cam Newton talking about Deion Sanders' son. Tom, what's the quarterback's name?
Shonder Sanders.
Shonder Sanders?
Shonda. Yes.
The neighborhood.
He's right there. Anyway, he says he will not be a top 4 pick in next year's draft. Said that he's not a dog. He ain't got the dog in the fight. He's not the dog. Look, I will say this much. It is tough to get kids that are spoiled to have that dog.
Mm-hmm.
Poor kids are, they want to get out of the hood or get out of a bad situation. Easy for them to find the dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's their way out. But a kid that's grown up in $1 million homes, it's very tough to find the dog.
Well, that ain't his fault. Not his fault that he's the son of Deion.
I didn't say fault, or did I say any fault, Tom?
You referred to it.
I'm quoting Cam Newton. I'm not saying anything. I'm quoting Cam.
What a loser that guy is.
He's got a ring, Tom.
He ain't got a Super Bowl ring.
He's got a national championship
We need
ring.
to move on.
God bless you. 847 morning show this morning brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction, trusted name in southeast New Mexico. Exceptional construction. They've got siding, metal buildings, roofs. If you got an issue with your roof, all that high wind blowing shingles all over the place, or so maybe you're thinking about changing it to a metal roof. They can do shingle or metal roof. All your siding, everything that you need. Get in touch with them. 575-631-1430, and they will live up to surpass your expectations, because their expectations are actually much higher. Find them online at SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com, 575-391-1430. Tom in the text, then a break. It's already 8:47.
Smokey in Arizona. How about those people that are getting so butthurt over being misgendered? They need to start wearing a sign around their neck like Flavor Flav does his clock. Identify as whatever they think they are, because if they look like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck, well, then I'm going to just call them a duck. That's Smokey in Arizona this morning.
Quack, quack.
Yeah. And not all basketball players and football players come from the hoodie. Stop being racist, says this one texter.
So let me answer
racist?
that real quick. Do all people that grow up in the hood are black?
No.
No. There are white people that grow up in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way that people assume racist with being poor. That all black people are poor and all white people are rich.
No.
I love when that happens.
No.
Tom?
And other than Biden's net worth, what else does not sound good? If people in our own country chanting death to America and burning flags on our city streets, I pray I never witnessed that, says this one text this morning.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
And
I hope I don't see anybody blocking traffic.
And check out the wealth of AOC, says this one text.
Oh, yeah, we did.
And how is Joe's net worth so high? This one text is asking.
It's as high as Hunter Biden.
Yeah. And Tom's going to die from eating jelly rolls, says this one text. Okay. You know what's so creepy is spying on women going to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I bet no woman would ever want to watch men sit on the pot. It's just gross. See?
Thank you, Tom. God bless you. All right, we're taking a break. We're coming back. We'll give you one more opportunity to qualify for the cash 10 minutes away from 9. News this morning being brought to you by Made Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Made Trailer Sales. They've got everything that you need, like ultralights. They've got the big ones, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and more. Close to 70 years in the business. MadeTrailerSalesInc.com. Take the virtual tour of every unit on both of their lots. Or pick up the phone and give them a call, 575-622-1751. Made Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Made Trailer Sales. Coming right back, let's qualify you for the cash. 10 minutes away from 9, W105.
Call now. Thank you for calling. Pops Power Washing in Lovington presenting the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now.
Call now.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Rust Armorer Hannah Gutierrez found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. The death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins has been sentenced to 18 months in prison. Gutierrez's lawyers had filed a sentencing memorandum saying she's undergone undue hardship from media coverage and asking for a conditional discharge, meaning she'd be let out of jail and put on probation. The state said Gutierrez has yet to show remorse or take responsibility for her involvement in the shooting and continues to blame others for the cinematographer's death and request of the court sends Gutierrez 18 months in jail. The month of April brings awareness to sexual assault, something experts say happens almost every minute throughout the U.S. The UNM Global Respect Advocacy Center says they're hosting events throughout the month to remind students they have resources and hope to change the campus culture. So far this month, the Advocacy Center has hosted a consent fair and a soul survivor visualization to bring awareness on campus. According to a report by the New Mexico Coalition of Sexual Assault Programs, almost 38% of women have unwanted sexual contact or have been raped in the state of New Mexico. Proponents of rural public libraries were seeking at least $27 million from New Mexico lawmakers in the legislative session that ended in mid-February. It would have fully funded a trust to help keep libraries across the state's vast expanses operating indefinitely, but state legislators allocated only a fraction of that amount, to $2.5 million this year. Larger sum would have fully vested the trust, known as the New Mexico Rural Libraries Endowment, which is roughly halfway funded at the moment. Lisa Neal is director of the Hatch Public Library, one of 55 small libraries statewide benefiting from the partially funded endowment, and says she didn't want to get her hopes high about the possibility of lawmakers funding the measure fully this year. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
This is Senator Stephen McCutcheon. Our way of life is under attack every day by the radical progressives in Santa Fe. Politicians like to talk, but I'm fighting for our community day in and day out to defend the values we hold dear. As a rancher, oil and gas contractor, and conservative fighter, I'm defending our way of life. I fought to secure the border, increased penalties for drug cartels, stood up to the woke left in Santa Fe trying to take our guns away, but I'll never let them. That's why I'm proud to be the only candidate in the campaign for Senate District 42 endorsed by the National Rifle Association, because I'll always fight for our God-given rights. And my very first act as your senator was to impeach Michelle Lujan Grisham. My values are deeply rooted in our community. As a father of 4, I'm fighting to make New Mexico better for the next generation. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican June 4th primary. Paid for by Stephen McCutcheon for Senate.
Friday, April the 19th, the Castro Activity Center, home of Thunderbirds basketball on the New Mexico Junior College campus, with the first ever concert spectacular, Caldwell Entertainment featuring the hits of the Eagles, the Doobie Brothers, Fleetwood Mac, and Whitney Houston. Then we switch gears for Fearless, the NMJC touring ensemble performing top 40 hits like Post Malone, Jelly Roll, a 90s throwback tribute, and much more. It's completely free to the public. It starts at 7 p.m. on Friday, April the 19th at the Castro Activity Center on NMJC campus.
MTD Radio presents its Spring Job Fair Saturday, April 27th at the Lee County Event Center in Hobbs. Whether your business needs seasonal employees for the summer or permanent employees, whether you're looking for part-time staff or full-time staff, this is an opportunity to get face-to-face with potential employees. If your business would like a booth at this event, call or text Gloria Estrada at 575-390-3569. Again, that's 575-390-3569.
Hobbs Express is hiring certified and non-certified CDL drivers, and we are looking for friendly, good drivers like you. If you are interested, apply at hobbsandm.org today. We have lots of benefits. As a Hobbs Express CDL driver, you would enjoy 11 paid holidays, including a floating holiday, health, life, dental, and vision insurance, and an annual $6,000 incentive for maintaining your CDL. Be part of a team that is heavily involved in the community, supports our youth population all year long, and is a great place to start or grow your career all the way through retirement. Apply online at hobbsandm.org. The City of Hobbs is a drug and alcohol-free workplace and an equal opportunity employer.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services, from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells, as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience in serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Jal Cowboy Days is coming April 26th and 27th with live entertainment and fun for the whole family during this free community event. Shop lots of vendors starting at 5 p.m. Friday the 26th with live music from Maximo Norte and La Fuerza del Bravo starting at 7 p.m. Then Saturday the 27th, enjoy a full day of cowboy events including a Dutch oven cook-off, cattle drive down Main Street, calf branding, blacksmith demonstration, Little Buckaroo's Western wear competition, a silent auction to benefit local stroke victim Harvey Tavares, and much more. Plus, Saturday night at 7:30, enjoy the Western sounds of Caitlin Butts. Don't miss Jowl Cowboy Days, April 26th and 27th at Jowl Lake Park. To become a vendor, call 575-308-9667.
You guys ready?
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
And I want to make sure I get the quote exactly right.
You seem particularly triggered right now.
877-396-W105, 857. I think Tom's the only one in the studio that actually watches this show.
Well,
but he's back. He got a divorce, but he's back. Here we go. Well, I thought he was back. What the heck? Why aren't you playing for me, Mr. Golden Bachelor? Tom, you watch the Golden Bachelor?
Tom's not back yet.
Wow. So him and the Golden Bachelor have something in common.
Well, you know, he is the Golden Bachelor, too.
Oh, okay.
I think he identifies as that.
I have no idea why it's not playing. God bless America. God bless you this morning. 858. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Swedish company has a brand new app which lets users earn money by reporting wrongly parked cars. So if you ever wanted to be the Karen that reports people for not parking correctly or taking handicap spots, yeah, this is the perfect company. So Swedes can now make money off of people who do not follow the rules when it comes to parking.
What do you think about that, Tom?
I mean, here in America, they just key your car. I mean, we don't report people. They just key your car. Or leave you a note on the car. Either way. Keying the car is probably not cool, though. They're getting a little closer to pulling off Star Trek 4 with Chris Pine as Captain Kirk.
Really?
Yeah, they're saying when they do get finished making it, it will be the end of the franchise. Now, that sounds to me like it's going to be so bad, it's going to be the end of the franchise.
I think that if they do make it, it will be the last time that cast is together as the crew of the Enterprise, is what they're trying to say.
CBS renewed The Talk for the 15th season. Now, The Talk was supposed to be the show that went against The View.
The View, right.
And they both have a total audience of, 200,000 people?
Yeah, about that. O.J. Simpson's body will be cremated.
Okay.
Yeah, so cremated. That way they can't, they wants to get rid of all the DNA. Yeah, we'll cremate. 9 o'clock, KWMW, Malchamore, 105.1 FM. Tom in charge of the text. Our number 877-396-W105. Tom?
All right, so this text saying, I had white friends living in the hood in Georgia, they say, and some of y'all must be living under a rock.
It's the normal everything, blame everything on race.
And look, when you say poor, that covers everyone who is poor. That has nothing to do with race.
No, and zero.
And poor kids have more, who have athletic talent, have more fight to use that athletic talent to build themselves up.
Let me just change this. Migrant families are most of the time come over here and want to do better in school, so they get their family out of the situation. So was that better for you there? I don't want to have to coddle you, but there you go. I changed it for you. Is that better? God bless you. I don't want that.
Remember yesterday when we were talking about that substitute teacher who was caught naked with the teen in the car?
Yeah.
It comes out that she is actually married to, the guy's name is William Douglas Ward. He's a Harvard-educated deputy at the Department of Defense.
Man.
I thought that was a little interesting. He holds the position of Deputy Director of the Commander's Action Group and Senior Nuclear Deterrent Advisor.
Whoa. So are you trying to say he was boring in bed for her? Is that what you're trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is, what secrets does she maybe have?
Oh.
That she might be spilling to this high school kid. Just asking. Thought that
she was giving him an education that.
Yeah.
She was.
What was she? Sex education.
She was tutoring him.
Well, and they do have a daughter that's the same age as the boy she was trying to sleep with.
That kid's got to go to the same school.
Yep.
Thanks, Mom. Yeah, kids have a hard enough time. And you know what's bad? The kid is probably a good kid, not a slutty mom or a slutty daughter like the slutty mom. That's sad. That's sad. That the kids, that's just sad. Right. Tom on the text, quickly, Tom.
This text you say, I got taxed 28% making $108,000. Yet Biden's tax percentage is way too low, says this particular.
And here's let me think about this, because back in the day when I had a company car, when I used my company car for personal miles, at the end of the year, I had to pay for the miles. Anything that I received, if I received rent, if the company paid my rent, I had to pay taxes on that. I had to claim that as a benefit. So does Joe Biden get to claim the White House, Air Force One, Marine One? I'm just asking, wouldn't that be the same? For personal use, every time they fly him back to Delaware, he should be charged accordingly because
Agreed.
they're going to charge common folks for that.
Agreed.
Just asking.
Just like the plane our governor uses for all of her non-official stuff. I mean, these
She should be
politicians
charged.
do it all the time.
She should be charged because if you use a company vehicle for personal stuff and they send you, I don't remember what the form is. It's not a 1099, of course. It's definitely a form that they will send at the end of the year, and you have to claim that as a benefit, and you're taxed accordingly. Shouldn't Biden be taxed accordingly for flying back to Delaware? That's not official business.
No.
What about all these campaign stops?
Not official
That's
business.
not official business. Why we paying for that?
I think
I've never understood as a politician you can actually apply for another job while still on the job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
A couple of years ago, and I say a few years ago, I think someone tried to introduce legislation that would hold politicians accountable for that stuff. And of course, it was shot down.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
But I'm trying to remember when that was. Anyway.
So, Tom, you never knew that politicians are applying for a job when they're running for political? You didn't know that?
Well, they can have a job, but can you have a job within the same type of profession?
You know why I keep you around?
Why?
You make me sound so much. You make me sound really smart. You really do.
I'm doing my job, don't you?
Morning show this morning being brought to you by Genco Janitorial, 324 West Main in Artesia. Oh, they specialize in commercial, janitorial, and oil field cleaning. If you've been thinking that you need somebody to help out and clean the windows and clean the building and or go out to an oil field location or industrial site, they can do all of that cleaning. Now, if you need cleaning supplies, they have a huge selection of commercial-grade cleaning supplies. Call Amber this morning, 575-703-1869, JancoJanitorial.com for more information. Still to come, good news of the day on the way. Elderly veteran, 81 years old, is sucker punched, carjacked while delivering pizzas in Chicago. 81-year-old working, delivering pizzas. 81 years of age. He's a veteran. These are the people we ought to be given to. These are the folks we ought to be given to. Not some guy from Venezuela that crossed the border and hates this country. This is the guy we ought to be given to.
Right.
I hope they find these thugs that stole his car as he's out trying to make a living and still working at 81 years of age. Most of the world requires you to stop working at 60. Retirement, mandatory retirement is 60 years of age. Our country wants you to work until your last day on this earth.
Yep.
California, how much money did they spend on the homeless? Blake, you see the story?
I didn't, actually.
$24 billion.
Oh.
So California is spending a astounding amount of money to combat the homeless and without tracking any results.
Well, this is a really good case of Gavin Newsom showing how he can do just like Joe Biden.
Yep. Just spending money and not tracking results. Have no idea where the money is going. Bank of America is accused of religious and political discrimination. If you have an account at Bank of America and you are a religious person and a conservative and a Trump supporter, don't be surprised when they discriminate against you. Dozen Republican-led states plan to send a letter to Bank of America demanding an explanation on why it allegedly debanked Christian and conservative groups.
And if they
By the way, Bank of America is one of those companies that had no problem reporting law-abiding citizens that just bought a gun into the feds.
Or ammunition.
Or ammo. Yes.
And you wonder why they want all currency to be digital where they can just turn it off.
Yeah, that way the government will know exactly what you're buying, and they'll just turn your money off.
Mm-hmm. And you will
thank you.
You will have none.
I kind of like cash. Looks like a former Lobo player robbed a postal carrier in 2022. Jury convicted Rashawn Boyce, 28 years old, of stealing from a U.S. Postal Service employee and possessing a firearm, which he was prohibited from owning a gun. How the heck would he get a gun? I mean, if he's prohibited. I mean, Blake, how does that happen?
Just didn't get the memo.
No, he didn't get the memo. Looks like he could do up to 20 years in prison. And did you see the Georgia Parliament?
Yes.
Look, this used to happen in America all the time. Tom, where's Georgia?
What state is that in?
Where is Georgia, Tom?
Well, Georgia's in the South, boys.
Or it could be like one of the Russian countries.
It's in the
one of
south
the
of Russia,
South of breakoffs of the Soviet Union.
Right.
You've never heard of Georgia, Tom?
Yeah, but you didn't say whether it was a state or a country.
Well, why would he have to say that?
I said parliament.
Well, Georgia has a parliament.
No, they do not. They have a Senate and a House of Representatives.
Do you even know where Georgia is, the country?
Yeah,
Seriously?
It's in Russia.
It's not in Russia. It's south of Russia. Russia borders it on the north.
It's in the neighborhood over there.
Turkey and Armenia border it on the south.
So, and you know what they were fighting over? This is great. Pseudo-liberal values.
Oh, for real.
And the men in the room, just like, I've had enough
that dude just
of these man-bun son of a guns.
That dude runs up there and cold cocks that guy.
Oh, boom. You know, America was built on that same principle.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah, back in the day. They even spilled out into the hallway there in Georgia. They were going at it.
I believe we still need duels. 20 steps. I don't even know why they outlawed that.
No argument for me. Well, it's because of the Burr incident.
Yeah. I mean, term limits, that was a perfect example of term limits. 912. Women under the age of 50. Are you getting enough sleep? According to a brand new Gallup report since 2001, 57% of adults are not getting enough sleep, and 59% of women are not getting enough sleep.
Wow.
What keeps them up at night? Stress keeps them up at night.
I have a joke there. I'm not going to do it.
Come on, Blake.
You're just going to let it pass.
Yeah, because we got to get to this
Chicago
break.
shooting. Chicago shooting kills an 8-year-old girl and wounds 10 other people, including small kids. I think there ought to be a statute on the books. Anybody that openly, randomly opens fire on anybody, drive-by shooting, whatever the case is, and you kill innocent bystanders, that should be like a life in prison.
Yep.
8-year-old girl shot in the head and died. A 1-year-old boy was injured. 8-year-old boy shot multiple times. 9-year-old boy with injuries. The list goes on and on and on. Just random shootings? That's crazy. All right, Tom, one more question before we take the break.
All right, ask me.
When it comes to the NBA draft,
Yes, sir.
what player has the dubious distinction of being the biggest NFL bust? Biggest NFL bust, Tom?
He used to play for Michigan State University. He was drafted by the Green Bay Packers. He's considered the biggest bust in NFL history.
Is that your final answer?
It is.
Do you have a name that goes with it?
Well, I would, but I can't say his name. Is that what you're saying, Tom?
Yeah, what's his name?
That's what we're asking you.
You're the one that brought him up.
Took steroids and everything and just messed that up.
Yeah, and his name, we still don't have a damn name.
I forgot his name, dude.
By the way, he did not make the top 10. I know the guy you're talking about, and his name was Mirandovich or
yeah, something like that. There you go, Maravich.
Yeah. So, not Maravich. No, that's a different sport. This guy played for LSU.
Oh, did he really? Wow.
And is currently, well, last year was a assistant on the Alabama Crimson Tide team. He's from Georgia.
He's quarterback, wasn't he?
Yes. Yeah. Played for the Raiders.
Yep.
Drafted the first overall pick in the draft. Made $40 million in 3 seasons, and blew through it buying syrup, cough syrup. What they call that, lean, because it's got codeine. They actually fooled him one time and gave him a new playbook. And Monday when he got back, they said, so what did you find out? And he goes, oh, yeah, I studied all weekend. It was all blank pages.
Right.
Jamarcus Russell.
There you go.
And number 2 would be Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf came in at number 2. Ryan Leaf, big buzz. And didn't Ryan Leaf get in trouble for gambling addictions?
So it was some type of addiction, but it wasn't that.
I thought it was gambling.
No.
Huh. Ali Keely Smith of the
right.
Yeah, quarterback was the next. Trey Lance from the 49ers, quarterback number 4.
Well,
I've never heard of him. Charlie Rogers, wide receiver, came in at number 5. Number 6, Lawrence Phillips, the Rams, running back from Ohio State, if I remember right.
He was.
And Heath Schuler, quarterback for the Washington Redskins in 1994. So some of the busts as we're getting ready for the NFL draft. All right, we got to get to good news of the day. We'll take a break, keep you updated. Tradio just around the corner. Tom, quickly to the text, and I mean quick.
All right, so this guy, he's 81 and still working because the government is taxing him to give to those punks that attacked him, says the text. Forget life in prison, B. For those that want to do drive-by shooting, just put a bullet in their head and get it over with.
Amen. Amen. I'm good with that.
That's Smoking Arizona. And, hey, I got charged taxing all the freebies that they're giving, says this other texter.
Well, you know what pisses me off? We don't even get a thank you note from anybody. Thank you for all the taxes you paid. Thank you. My kids have, all this other stuff. And, I have money for a barbecue because we just got our food stamps. I mean, we don't even get a thank you.
One more says, I read an article where that high school kid was dating the substitute teacher's daughter. Says,
so mommy wanted to teach him. Oh.
This is
okay. No, maybe that's not the story. Maybe that's just me saying that.
This is how you do it.
Yeah.
And the dude from Lovington, one more. Biggest bust in the NFL draft. Almost every Heisman Trophy winner, says the dude from Lovington.
There are some that don't make it. That's for sure. All right, let's take a break, get updated with news. We're coming back. Good news of the day. Tradio on the way, 9:19. News this morning being brought to you by All American Cleaners. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes. 17 pounds, $16.99. Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, and Hobbs. They can dry clean your clothes, starch you up, keep you looking good. Find them at all of their locations and online at allamericancleaners.net. Let's qualify, folks, for the cash this morning. It's 9:19. We're coming right back. Be in the Breakfast Club on W105.
Call now. Thank you for calling. Pops Power Washing in Lovington presenting the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. On day 2 of jury selection for his criminal trial in New York, former President Trump is back in court where he'll be spending a lot of time over the next few weeks, saying on the way in,
I should be right now in Pennsylvania, in Florida, in many other states, North Carolina, Georgia, campaigning. This is all coming from the Biden White House because the guy can't put two sentences together.
And President Biden's campaigning in Pennsylvania for the next 3 days, starting with a speech today in his hometown Scranton about taxes and the economy.
The president travels to the Pittsburgh area tomorrow and to speak at a campaign event in Philadelphia on Thursday in an aggressive push for support in PA, a key battleground state where former President Donald Trump held 2 campaign stops over the weekend.
Fox's Jeff Manasso polls show a very close race for Pennsylvania's 19 electoral votes. Wall Street this morning, stocks are mixed, almost flat. America's listening to Fox News.
Hello, this is former Senator Gay Kernan. In the race for state senate, I'm endorsing Representative Larry Scott and hope you'll support him too. I've been very disappointed by the negative and untruthful campaign run by Larry's opponent, Steve McCutcheon, as his campaign so far has not been based upon the facts. The truth is, Larry Scott is one of the most reliable, conservative votes in Santa Fe and is the single strongest voice for oil and gas in the entire New Mexico legislature. I'm also disappointed that our governor appointed McCutcheon to the Senate and in doing so has divided our southeast New Mexico community. Larry Scott was supported by the majority of our county commissioners who recognized Larry's strong conservative record and service to southeast New Mexico. Please do not believe the negative campaign against Larry Scott. Larry Scott has earned our trust.
Paid for by the committee to elect Larry R. Scott.
MTD Radio presents its Spring Job Fair, Saturday, April 27th at the Lee County Event Center in Hobbs. Whether your business needs seasonal employees for the summer or permanent employees, whether you're looking for part-time staff or full-time staff, this is an opportunity to get face-to-face with potential employees. If your business would like a booth at this event, call or text Gloria Estrada at 575-390-3569. Again, that's 575-390-3569.
Sierra Blanca Motors in beautiful Ruidoso has over 60 new 2023 and 24 Rams in stock. All makes, all models ready for a quick delivery. So they are blowing away the competition with lower discounts on these vehicles than any dealer in Southwest New Mexico, guaranteed. Their loss is your gain. Online at SierraBlancaMotors.com. Sierra Blanca Motors. They make it easy with no gimmicks, no markups, no addendums, and lower pricing. See dealer for details.
There's been talk in the news that it's hard to get credit these days. Not here. Just like always, we're making auto loans. We offer competitive rates and quick service. We make our loan decisions locally, so you don't have to wait for out-of-town approval on your loan. Make this strong move. Get your auto loan from us. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number. You're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's best selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. And now through June 30th, get 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off L3302 tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Amigo Machinery, 2801 Southeast Main Street, Roswell.
April showers bring big rewards at Inn of the Mountain Gods. Play Fridays with your Apache Spirit Club card to earn entries into the $20,000 April Showers Slot Tournament. The top 10 winners will receive a cash prize, and first place wins $2,000 cash. The $20,000 April Showers Slot Tournament, Fridays in April, only at Inn of the Mountain Gods. Must be 21 or older. Visit innofthemountaingods.com or see Apache Spirit Club booth for details.
Hello, I'm Deanne Kimbrough, and I want to be your next Lee County Commissioner, District 1. I'm running for Commissioner to ensure we maintain our conservative values and lifestyle that we currently enjoy here in Lee County. I've been a lifelong Republican, and I will work hard to maintain those values here in Lee County. It's important that you vote in the primaries June 4th, and I'm asking you to vote for Deanne Kimbrough.
Paid for by the committee to elect Deanne Kimbrough, Junior Hernandez, Treasurer.
That is the sound of your company logo getting printed on 500 shirts. Smart move. And an even smarter move in choosing the experts.
Awesome Graphics, serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas for 15 years, can not only brand your t-shirts, they can embroider your polos, hats, and jackets. They can print your signs and stickers, large and small. They can handle vinyl graphics for your vehicle. Are the windows in your business too plain? Awesome can print custom decals that allow you to see out, but your customers just see your logo. In fact, Awesome Graphics can put your logo on practically every promotional item under the sun, from coffee cups and water bottles to keychains and sun visors for your company vehicles. Want authentic Yeti Ramblers, mugs, or tumblers customized with your company logo? Awesome Graphics is ready. Stop by 523 West Sanger and Hobbs for ideas, or simply visit myawesomegraphics.com. Trust Awesome Graphics, and rest assured, whatever they printed on, your logo will look awesome.
Every morning.
Good morning.
The best, baby.
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
A lot of you are tired. I get it.
I get it, too. We're tired of you. Yes, we get it. 9:26, we are B and the Breakfast Club. Good news of the day in just a second. Tom A. in charge of everything. Tom, do you, is he back in the studio? I can't see his big head.
He is not.
I can't. Ted Lasso star Hannah Waldingham reprimands a photographer.
What did he do?
Well, he made a lewd comment towards her, and she turned around and said, "Don't be a Richard."
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she's right. Don't be one.
Yeah, don't be one.
That can solve a lot of problems if people weren't doing that.
I mean, she's quite a looker, but she evidently not going to put up with that. Biden and campaign plans to spend every day until November focused on abortion. That story coming out yesterday.
That's what I was talking about earlier. They're trying to make it the issue because
abortion is the issue.
Because they lose on the border, they lose on the economy, and they lose on crime.
Yep.
That's the only thing they have. So they are pushing all of their partners in the media to really start harping on abortion.
So would you call the New York Times a liberal rag?
I would, yeah.
Yeah. Well, but get this, New York Times poll, the new polling numbers say that the majority of folks say that Biden has the U.S. on the wrong track. This is a New York Times poll.
Well,
do you know how much they like Donald Trump?
Not even a little bit. Right.
Not even a little bit.
Zippo.
All right, let's get to the good news of the day, being brought to you by former insurance agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington, 575-396-0513. Home auto life insurance, commercial insurance, you can take care of all of that. Check them out today, 575-396-0513, proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
So a 50-year-old wildlife photographer named Simon Dell, who lives in the UK, he's finally in the news for the tiny village for mice that he's building. Yeah, you heard that right, for mice. He was feeling depressed a while back and started working on a Hobbit-style village for them, and he's put videos online. Yeah, builds things that look like tiny hobbit homes, and he puts mice in there for them to live in. And a Girl Scout troop near Nashville raised a bunch of money selling cookies this year because they're like $87.50 a box. And they used the money to help people find their lost pets.
Oh.
They installed microchip scanners at their local library and nearby animal shelters, so anyone who finds a lost pet can bring them in and scan them. And finally, in other animal news today, a drug-sniffing dog in Taiwan named Roger got fired a few years ago for being, quote, too friendly. But he found a new gig as a search and rescue dog, and he's really good at it. He's been part of 7 big search and rescue missions in the past 4 years, including one for survivors of that 7.4 earthquake that hit Taiwan earlier this month. Now, Roger is 8 years old now, so he's getting close to retirement, and they plan to let him relax and live out the rest of his days in comfort once he turns 9 years old.
Oh.
And that is your good news of the day.
Oh, thank you, Ed McMahon. Say bye, Ed.
Bye, baby.
Hit the Budweiser if you would. All right, we'll be back for the Wednesday edition coming up tomorrow. Be on the Breakfast Club. Signing off. News this morning being brought to you by Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating. We're going to get close to 90 for the weekend. You might need that AC. Give them a call, 631-1999, Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating. They are the folks that we call when we have problems with the AC. Yeah, they come out and fix it, especially at our transmitter sites. Call Enrique Rocha today, 575-631-1999. We'll see you tomorrow morning for B on the Breakfast Club. Tradio up next on W105.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over